Oh, fuck off. You need to restart your PC for changes to take effect. God damn it.
Well, while you do that,
And that's a good
restart it.
intro to
Yeah,
us being
fantastic. Hey,
online.
It's like,
everyone.
hey, everybody.
Hello.
Restart your computer in safe mode. Just do that.
I was going to suggest like making it so that Zoom isn't using your camera and then hitting the troubleshoot button, but
Oh, yeah, I probably should have done that. Um, well, I guess tonight there'll just be a black screen.
No, we
Sorry.
can improvise this. Come on, we can do something.
Yeah, we can put a picture of Tam over where Drew's face usually is.
That's right.
where is Hot Santa?
We need Hot Santa in our
Yeah,
lives
put
right
Hot
now.
Santa in there.
We are actually live. Oh, okay. All right.
Yes, we are live.
Oh, hey. I thought that was a joke. Nope.
No,
Hey,
it's
how's it
not a
going?
joke.
How's it going? It's me. I'm catching
Hey.
up. I opened up
There it
the
is.
Welcome to the show, everyone.
Yeah.
Save
Oh, also,
image.
we're all in the wrong. Yeah.
That's fine.
Nice cruise over there.
You go
Yes.
there.
As you
There
can
we go.
see, Cruz had a glow up.
That's right.
Oh, nice. That was quick.
Yep, that's the beauty of Zoom.
He's learned. He's harnessed the old ways.
Hot Santa Tam.
All right. Well,
That's literally what we're gonna name it from now on.
Uh-huh.
Sexy singles in your area.
what is this commercial for? Is it for a quesadilla? What's happening? Oh no, that's a Taco Bell. Okay.
I'm gonna
That's
say
me.
you're getting a Taco Bell commercial, bro.
Yeah, no, yeah. Apparently, I was blind. There was a giant Taco Bell advertisement in the back of it, and I just was like, "What's this guy doing?"
We're finding Hot Santa for those who just joined us.
Yeah, I think we should make
Yeah.
Shadowed draw Tam in MS Paint and then post that over Tam's face.
Shadowed, if you go to the general tab in Arv's Discord, it's like, I don't know, like
I think he's got the image. He's just cropping it and everything.
Yeah, I've
Oh,
already
okay.
got it.
All right. I was gonna say, yeah, it's like 50 messages up. It's not even that far.
OBS is being finicky.
Wouldn't
Because
be
of-
an OBS stream without a little bit of finickiness.
I can fill for time. I have Eminem's Houdini song stuck in my head, and I hate it. I don't like the fact that I heard it. But the abracadabra hook from the song that actually comes from another song is a thing that's stuck in my head, and it's killing me slowly but surely today. So that's
Is
my
it
Friday.
abracadabra?
Cadabra, gonna reach out and grab you.
Okay, that one.
Yeah, yeah. And he says it like 4 times in the song, and like, hey, I wasn't a huge Slim Shady guy as a teen, but like it was funny. It's funny. The Houdini's kind of funny. It's just not like that's not my. I like dark, gritty underground hip hop that sounds like someone is grumbling through gravel into a microphone. This is not for me. And, and so the abracadabra hook just is killing me slowly, like daggers into my chest.
I do love Hoods that you're basically the actual living embodiment of your character sometimes.
I mean, fiction comes best from reality.
Perfect. There it is. It's beautiful.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, for if anyone in chat was confused as to what was going on, our player Drew the Damager is having problems with his webcam. Hopefully he doesn't need to get a whole new laptop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I won't be doing that.
Yeah.
I think you just buy another camera and just hook it up as a USB port at that point.
That would also be an option.
Yeah,
be a lot cheaper.
That's what I would do.
So yes, Drew the Janitor's webcam is not working. So that's what was going on. Was we were trying to deal with fallout from that, And I have now put in a picture that Drew had suggested was what Tam looked like when they visited the opera a couple sessions ago. So yeah, I give you Hot Santa Tam.
Perfect. Balanced. That's all things should be.
And yes, of course, now after that chaotic start to the stream with Drew cursing in your ears right as we went live.
What? No, what are you talking about?
Oh no,
no.
absolutely not. Those were the dulcet tones of an ancient character wishing you well.
Not I.
Welcome to another session of community D&D on Arvin Elrond's channel with the Shadow Crew, which is hosted and DM'd by me, Shadow Mage. I guess that's why we call it the Shadow Crew. And of course, I have my friends here joining me for some D&D. So we'll go over to Yoi to please introduce themselves and say who their character is in our campaign.
All right, the usual crucible of introductions. Yoi Gawain Lin, aka Gubby, he, they pronouns, game and fiction writer. Tonight, playing Peach Candleheart, a Barnall Aarakocra Echo Knight fighter.
Excellent.
Hehehehe.
And Mr. Hoodie, oh my god, a truck.
I'm scrolling. Hi, idiot. Read this, but not this part out loud. Did it again.
Yeah.
God. All right. My name is Hoodie. He, him. I am playing Basil Gloverpot, Bladefoot, Halfling, Alchemist, Artificer. Boom.
Bam.
Bam.
Now he's got it written. It's just so clean. I'm still gonna mess it up somehow, but we'll roll with it.
Yeah, and Tilted Gaming.
Yes. Hello, I am Tilted Gaming. He, him pronouns. And I am playing 2 characters today, but more importantly, we're gonna have a bit of an intervention today. So, we're just gonna go and stick to it as we're gonna be playing our Raven Aarakocra, who is a Gloomstalker Ranger, goes by the name of Cruce Swain, and during his nightly expeditions, he will be played as the dark and gritty vigilante of the night, known as the Aviary.
Yes. And our fellow without a webcam tonight, Mr. Drew the Damager.
What are you talking
Hello.
about? The
Sexy
webcam is
Santa.
working perfectly.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. I am Drew the Damager, he, him pronouns. I am playing tonight. I'm playing Tam, the elderly evocation wizard.
Oh
Oh,
my god.
Oh, I got it
multi-classing, I
right.
see.
He got it. I think he. Well, you're just a human, so there's nothing else he has to really say.
Right.
Oh, and we just got a
Hey.
raid from the gamer.
Hey!
Oh,
you.
hello,
Hey.
thank
To the
you.
raid.
Hey, Gamer
Hello
Grant.
and welcome.
Thank you for the raid. You're here just in time. We are just starting after some technical difficulties. Greetings and salad tongs.
Have you not
Very
seen
punny, like Drew to an extent, gotta be honest with you.
Have you not seen Gamer Grant before? That's his intro for everybody.
Okay. I must just never see him like put that in chat because I've definitely seen Gamer Grandpa around in chat before.
Yeah. Gamer Grant raids Valerie and Eric a lot.
Yeah. All right. Where were we?
So much.
Okay.
At a fun session, one shot for level 3s. That's the last thing that we did.
Where no one was very close to dying.
It
No
was a
one at
fun,
all.
beautiful, level appropriate one shot that absolutely did not traumatize anybody.
The last trip to the Raspberry Patch Batty.
Blame the adventure writer, not the DM.
Oh, okay. Anyway,
But on the other hand, it was worth it because I got a really cool looking sword.
It's true.
You stole it
Yes.
from a grave.
Hey, let's
And we're
let's
gonna
not
steal a mirror
think
from a
about
grave.
the
It's fine.
details here. It was a shrine, let's be honest here. It's not a grave.
Yes. So last time was our session during ArvCon, in which we had like a 5 or 5.5 hour
It was
session,
great.
It was great.
which went really late, but we played a one shot. There was a bit of a side quest in which they investigated some grisly murders that happened in the City of the Dead, and found out that there was some um, stuff going on in a mausoleum with a magic mirror that traps things, and it was spitting out ghosts, and it spit out an insane ghost who, because the family was cursed by a hag, and the insane ghost was actually the one who had tried to like capture the hag when he was still a person, and so then it was like a whole big deal about like shame on the family because, and then like for them like getting cursed and whatever, and so then they didn't want anyone to know, and so then they had this magic mirror to like trap the ghosts that were being spawned due to the curse. Um, but then yeah, the insane ghost came out and he like possessed some grave robbers and killed them. That's basically what spurred off that adventure. Um, yeah, and it was a very nice, fun time and not dangerous
Yes.
for the party at all.
No,
all leveled
not
up.
at all. Let's
No.
not talk about aging at all. It's a
But-
foreign concept to this group.
Why focus on the negative? We all leveled up. That's all that really matters.
Yes.
Yeah,
So,
we leveled
but
4.
so as a result, the party did level up, and due to me being a generous dungeon master, I let them take 2 of 3 options: the ASI, a feat, or a up to rare magic item that had to be okayed by me. And I believe everyone has more or less made their decisions.
Yep.
And so now we come back to kind of the storyline of Waterdeep Dragon Heist from before the one shot, in which the time previous we are dealing with fallout from the Blackstaff having kind of almost inadvertently or not intentionally outing the aviary as Bruce Wayne.
Now, when you say unintentionally,
Yes, unintentionally.
yes, but I think we're probably going to set the scene there momentarily.
I need to clarify what Basil has been doing for the last however many hours since we've returned from the mausoleum to now, because he's been up. He has a level of exhaustion for not having slept, and he is up with like multiple just pots of tea around him, since tea is the thing that's like kept in the house. So I'm gonna clear up just a little bit of business. I sold the extra stuff that we got for 42 gold pieces way back in session 4 in the house with 1,000 strings, and I just immediately put that in the pot for running the tavern. But I used my cut to invest in 3 hands, three gauntlets from the hammer and nail. Oh my god, where are all the whatever the anvil people are, the forge, blacksmith, steam and steel.
Steam and Steel. I
Oh, the
believe
2
it is.
Genasi, or is that?
Yes.
Steam and
That
steel.
was,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would have like very late night gone over there and procured 3 gauntlets from them, all right hands, and then I would have just explosions and dangs coming from my room all night.
Okay.
It's just a very tired. Basil is like looking down at a pot of tea like he has no soul in the morning when everyone's like gathering for breakfast.
So
Yeah,
I'll
Drew.
go ahead and go last. You guys can all set up your scene.
Peach
Tam.
arrives probably. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
I was gonna say Tam is not there.
God damn
Don't
it.
do this
damn
to
it.
me again, man.
This time I know what's going on.
You heard Tam wake up in the morning and go downstairs and get a cup of coffee, and then you heard him go back upstairs and go into the library, and that is the last you've heard from him.
It's just a very harried Basil sitting at the common room table, but there's no noise.
I guess that's the scene that Peach flies into. He's carrying his packed lunch from his father as per usual. He's looking very dejected. Just kind of... Actually, he doesn't fly in. He tromps in sadly because after telling his father everything about the events of the previous day, his father had very sternly told him to wear plate again. So he's just clanking in miserably, very sad. And he opens the door and sees Basil and goes, "Oh, good morning."
Hey, morning. Hey, Peach, how's it going? Haven't seen you in a while.
Oh, it has only been a day.
Has it? Oh, right, right. It's more, okay, yep. Hey, how's it going? Just picks up the large thing of tea and just starts drinking it.
What are all these things, Basil? You seem more of a disaster than usual.
I've been up since last night. It was the whole, not being able to damage the things, really got to me. Just couldn't help out at all, no matter what I did. So, I gotta fix it. I gotta fix it. So that's what I've been doing. I heard Tam get up, but I haven't seen him around. So I don't know if he went through the same thing that I'm going through, but if he did, we should probably find him. Good.
Peach pats him on the head until he calms down. And
He takes
then
another long sip of tea and then loses energy.
and then Peach says, "Let us check on our friends and see if they are as traumatized as we are." And ushers him upstairs.
Was Tam downstairs?
Tam went downstairs to get some coffee and then went back up to the library.
Oh, okay, yeah. So we'd go up to knock on the library door.
It's open. You knock on it and it kind of creaks open.
We go in, I guess.
Okay, so when you go in,
Uh-oh.
you see Tam
Uh-huh.
sitting at his desk
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
with a book open in front of him,
Okay, that's
And-
normal.
and both of his palms are flat on the desk, and he is staring straight ahead, not moving at all. His eyes completely white.
Oh!
The other strange thing about this room is usually, because it's sunny out, usually there's a ton of natural light coming in through the windows. And this looks like back in the 90s when you had a black light in your room. It's purple and shadowy and dark.
Oh,
And it doesn't
no.
make any sense because it's nice and bright outside.
With the black light, Basil is just covered in every splotch from head to toe, just all types of weird gunks and poisons.
He looks like
he's
a Jackson Pollock painting.
jeez. I knew I hadn't bathed yet, but okay. Well, this is weird.
How much do I know of what is going on? Can I roll, I'm guessing, Arcana?
Yeah, make an Arcana check.
Not my strong suit, guys.
I'll give you guidance.
Well, it's not going to do anything, because I got a 2.
Yeah. All you know is that there's something magical going on, but the nature of which completely confounds you.
When you started looking around, Basil was like, candy? And offered up a lovely wrapped candy.
Oh,
That's guidance.
okay.
Oh my god.
I say, "Oh, thank you." I take it and I eat the candy, I guess.
It tastes like medicine.
And
It tastes like medicine.
Dang it, I forgot the sugar. Okay, next time we'll making candy, can't forget the sugar. Okay, write it down. Don't forget. Sugar.
I
Okay.
mince over to Tam and wave a hand in front of his face. "Friend Tam, are you there?"
Nothing.
I take his pulse.
You touch his.
Yeah, I'm gonna touch like a wrist.
Wrist.
Yeah.
As soon as you touch the wrist, the purple light dissipates. Sort of like in our opening video, the transition between Basil's picture and the next picture, you know how it kind of like burns away? That purple light burns away. And now the room looks regular, but Tam is still just stone cold, staring straight ahead, eyes white, not moving.
Peach says, I believe it is time we brought him downstairs and gave him medical attention, and then just picks Tam up bodily to bring him downstairs.
Can I do a medicine check first to see if this is like a unnatural thing that is happening to him?
Sure.
Is he medically safe?
He seems like completely normal medically. This is definitely something magical going on.
Okay. When Peach picks up Tam, I'll get the book. I put on the black leather gloves that I have, and I just gingerly pick it up.
Okay, so as soon as Peach grabs Tam goes. I grab the book and I close it.
What?
Hello,
You!
friend Tam.
And I'll
you
grab-
are in
I'll-
my arms.
I'll grab Peach and I'll go, You are real. You are Peach.
Yes. Yes.
This is the prime material plane.
Sure.
And
Ah.
now, usually, Tam is very unaffected. Tam looks terrified.
What's
And
going?
I put my hand back down on the book and go, This book is extremely dangerous. I came in here this morning, and it was on the shelf. I'd never seen it before. So I opened it to read it. I do believe that this may be a doorway to the Shadowfell.
What? I cast identify on the book. No ritual. Just I immediately how do you put this in front of me? I immediately cast identify on that book.
He's expending the spell slot. He doesn't care.
The magic in the book seems to be fading, but it does give off the right sense of magic that Tam was describing.
Is it one of those things where it's going to fade and never return, or is this like a magical artifact that will regain its strength over time?
Yeah, it'll probably regain it over time.
I look up at Tam with wide eyes. Wait, we found this in a mausoleum, right? Oh, okay, yeah, no, a lot of things are adding together.
Different book.
Oh, wait, oh, so this isn't the one from
Nope.
Oh, okay. So have I never seen this book before?
This book just randomly appeared in Tam's library.
Oh, okay. Just look at Tam. Yeah, so we should put that in a box, and then lock that box in another box, and then put that box in a box downstairs in the cellar.
Yes, I would agree. Yes.
Here,
Okay.
I will bring you downstairs, and you can have tea. You are too frail and frightened to walk on your own right now. And Peach just carries Tam downstairs, and along the way, he stops by Cruce's / the aviary's door and knocks on it with a wing and says, Please come downstairs with us if you are there. Friend Tam is indisposed and needs emotional support.
I'll be right there.
I start pulling out one of the those like tinfoil blankets they wrap around shock victims. And I start just wrapping it around Tam, while getting out like another one to put the book in to like kind of lock it all up.
While Basil is seeing to Tam, Peach sees to the book, i.e. taking the book, putting it into the fireplace, and getting ready.
No.
Yeah, Basil's right. You wouldn't want to do that.
Somebody tells me that would make a permanent portal at that point.
So incredibly dangerous. So incredibly dangerous. I gingerly take the book and I'm like, I'm carrying it with like pinkies out with like 2 sets of gloves on, and I'm like very daintily setting it on a table somewhere. All right, we're just gonna leave that table alone. We're gonna move away.
I think you're being much too frightened about all of this, says
What?
Peach quite reproachfully and proceeds to make tea for everybody.
Peach, I very much appreciate your cavalierness in the subject of seeing a bad thing and wanting to get rid of it. But if we just kind of get rid of that, it could explode and cause everything to be everywhere. And I don't, that's a lot. It's just, my brain is breaking. I need more tea. I'll sit down next to Tam.
Well, of course, my friend. You have not slept. Everything seems more threatening when that happens.
Right, I didn't make medicine check with disadvantage. It's fine. I'll remember.
I go ahead and come down the stairs and like, good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Please do not touch that table or the book. It will frighten Basil, and it will probably re-traumatize Tam.
Tam is in the tinfoil blanket.
Yes,
What's
do not.
this about a book?
It's extremely dangerous. It just appeared in my library today. So I decided
And you
to.
read it,
Yes. Why wouldn't I? It's a book.
but you said it just appeared, which means you would know the collection you have. You just
Yes.
Okay.
That's why I read it. Because it just appeared. I wanted to know what was inside.
I see. Well, oh, good, Basil. I see that you're indulging in some tea. That's good to see.
It's really the easiest thing to drink in the house, so I've been drinking it over the last few days, and it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'm chugging a giant cup of tea.
Peach leans over to Cruz and says, "He is stressed."
I can
You see me
tell
just
a little
side-eyeing the
bit.
book.
Bruce,
Would you like
wouldn't
me to go
happen-
ahead and take this down to the cellar and at least
Don't touch
box it up?
Don't touch it with hands or anything. Just don't touch it with your skin or look at it sideways, or we're just gonna pretend like it doesn't exist and hope that it goes back to where it came from.
In fact, I think I may be able to do something with it.
And I'll walk over and I'll pick the book up.
Immediately, Basil just drops the cup.
Oh.
And
Oh,
I'll say,
Basil.
I'll say,
Don't worry. This is exactly what I want to happen. I will be right back.
and I'll snap my fingers and Tam's gone.
Basil's just like, that's it. I'm making magic gloves for everyone. Everyone that handles magic things is getting magic gloves. No more of this.
Peach kind of scratches his neck feathers thoughtfully with his beak and says, "Do you think Tam has been possessed by the book?"
I wouldn't have any idea, truly. I just got down here. I just heard from you all that things have gone all awry.
When I cast Identify, was it cursed? Wait, it wouldn't tell me. Can I Arcana check?
Sure. Remember at disadvantage this time.
Yeah, I'm gonna just roll. I'm not even proficient in this. What am I doing? That's a bummer. That's a
Ooh.
bummer.
Oh.
But you use like
Oh.
self-guidance, right? You totally guidance yourself.
Yeah, wouldn't that be great? I just start popping candies in my mouth.
To the best of your knowledge, it doesn't seem like it's cursed. It just seems like the innate magical nature of the book.
Okay. I start just moving the furniture around where Tam disappeared in case he appears like 5 feet away from that initial location.
Peach stands by that location and draws his glaive and just basically stands guard at that spot.
Well, that's good
Ready.
thinking, Peach.
Yes, as my father says, you must have a plan to destroy any strange thing that you meet.
I just go ahead and take a seat and start sipping some tea with you guys, and I'm just like, you guys need to trust in Tam a little bit. He's quite a dependable man, I must say.
Yes, but the creature inside of Tam's mind may not be Tam.
I'm
This
like
is
fully
assuming
prone
that
on the
something's
table.
wrong with him like that.
Yes, but it is always good to be prepared, just in case.
I just kind of shrug and continue to sip my tea.
Fully prone on the table next to you, Cruz, and I'm like, I agree with Peach on this. Tam could be possessed or taken over by anything. I'm just looking down the sight of the crossbow. So like, it's nice to have a plan B.
I understand that, but you guys did tell me that Tam was terrified, correct?
I've never seen that before.
If he was truly possessed by the book, do you think of one of terror or one that would just go with the flow of things?
Maybe the spirit of the book, if there was a spirit of the book, was terrified because it was now old.
I don't have a rebuttal for that one.
Peach is just staring at Cruz very seriously.
You all hear Tam say,
The book is in a safe place now.
Are you like
Would we be able to incline as to where you put this book, sir?
Cliff now?
No, I think that's just for me to know.
Do we
All
see
right.
you?
no.
Because you said you hear. Okay. Are you within 10 feet of me?
Mm, are we on? Is everyone in the common room or on the first floor?
We're on the first floor now, I think. Yeah, because we moved you to the first
Yeah, we
floor
moved down
to
to
put you
go
in
and-
your
yeah.
tin blankie. Okay. Hang on, I'm gonna drag my icon down.
Right. There's a map.
Yeah,
That
take
makes
advantage
sense.
of that map.
My cursor.
The voice sounds like it's coming from behind the bar.
Peach walks over. Glaive on guard, and the moment he reaches within 10 feet of Tam, he goes, "Oh, there you are."
Please, Sir Peach, don't use that glaive. I'm going to reappear now.
I'll snap my fingers again, and I'm standing right there.
This is
Oh.
something that I learned from the book. It was a harrowing time. I was transported to the Shadowfell, and to be completely honest, I don't really want to talk about it. Not now, anyway.
And then I will turn my head and look off in the distance, almost like I'm breaking the fourth wall, and I'll say, "But that is a story for another day."
Oh my god.
Mr. Tam, you're speaking to no one. You know that, right?
Yes, yeah. Yes. I learned invisibility while I was there.
Quite
Oh,
potent.
so you
Yes.
exchanged this knowledge for fear.
Yeah, well, no, it was a terrifying place, to be completely honest with you.
Peach
So,
nods
Tam,
sagely. It does sound like the common Waterdeep public education system. You have my condolences.
So, Tam, can I get your guarantee that you will not read that book again?
No, I'm not going to read that book again, and neither is anybody else, because I don't think anyone will find it, because I have hidden it.
Good. I just wanted to make sure there wasn't anything suspicious alongside this.
Yes, no, I'm not possessed, as I heard you say.
I had no
Insight
doubts. I was
check?
just checking.
I'm going to insight if Tam is possessed.
I just agree with him full. I have no reason to not believe him.
Okay.
Is a 10.
Tam is telling the truth.
Okay. I am appeased. I set my glaive to back at neutral.
Beazle laboriously hops down from the table, walks over to Cruz. Gloves. pulls out of his pack just a nice pair of black leather gloves that have like padding in it, hands it to Cruz, walks over to here, jumps up on the stool, gloves, sits them down in front of both of you.
Thank you, Sir Basil.
You might already have
what
a
are
pair.
these?
If you are going to pick up anything magical in the future, please wear the gloves. Magical things can infuse you through your skin, and then it gets really bad because then you can just, get a curse casually. You can brush up against a magical artifact, and suddenly one day, you know it, you're walking down a hallway, and the next day you're taking over a whole city. So, like, gloves. Number one rule.
Yes, no, Sir Basil is correct. This is actually a fantastic idea.
Thank you. It is
I know.
a very nice gift.
I'm mostly known for potions. I had to do a very long and lengthy study of magical artifacts. It was the whole part of the school thing is breaking them down, building them up. So, like, it was always the number one thing. You had to have a good pair of gloves. So gloves for everyone.
I did hear you working quite a long time last night. Are you doing fine?
I was looking at Peach and Tamil speaking. My head snaps back, like alarm. I'm doing great. It hasn't been a long night. I haven't been up all night. That's crazy. I've been up all night. It's been a very long night. I'm not doing good. I'm gonna sit down. I think I got a little too angry there. Okay. Wow. I
Well,
feel my heart in my ears.
Go ahead, Shadow. Sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say, and like nothing of any consequence, but like Peach can see like that like Liff must be like right on the like edge of like the 10 feet blind sight, just like popping his head back and forth out of like Peach's blind sight range, and just has this like big grin on his face. Happy that like there's somebody else in the house now who can also be invisible.
Peach swivels his head to absolutely nobody, apparently to everybody else, and says, "You are very funny."
Are you talking to Liff there, Sir
Yes.
Peaches?
I think he is happy.
Oh, that's great. I'm just continuing to sip my tea. Well, I'm going to go ahead and take a moment to check the doors, front doors, to see if they're locked.
The moment Cruz leaves the table, I kind of lean in towards Peach and Tam. Should we is this like a good time? Because we all just it's kind of like a weird time. Like you just came back from the Shadowfell and I've been up all night and well, Peach, you're normal, right? Do we
Let him choose to disclose what he wishes.
all right, okay. Sit
Shadow,
back down.
is the door closed and locked?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna reapproach the table, take a seat. Well, I think it's about time I discussed a bit about myself. I couldn't have gone ahead and kept this facade up forever, and unfortunately it dropped faster than I was expecting. But with the new information we acquired during our meeting with the Black Staff, it would be cruel of me not to at least approach you all and talk honestly. So, first and foremost, do you have any questions for me before I talk a little bit about myself?
Peach raises his hand very formally.
Yes. So, Peach.
Is it because you have social anxiety?
No, nothing of the sort like that, but it would be a good reason for most other people.
Ah, because I was about to say, if that was indeed the case, we do not mind. And in fact, we enjoy your company just as you are.
Well, I appreciate that. I consider you all my friends, and that is why now I feel it is best to let the air out a bit. I've been keeping this a secret for a bit, and I think it's time we had a heart-to-heart discussion. So, was there any other questions?
No question, but Peach sits down.
Basil's gonna raise his hand.
Yes, Sir Basil.
So Like, are you? Is it like a safety issue?
Yes, that is one of the main reasons, for
Okay,
sure. It's
okay.
more of a safety for all those around me more than anything.
Okay, so but you're not like no one's like chasing you down, trying to blow you up or anything.
I wouldn't say that anyone's actively looking for me, but I wouldn't say there's no one looking for me.
Okay, well, I mean, it's good. And if someone wants to blow you up, we'll blow them up first. Basil sits down very awkwardly, not knowing how to follow that up.
And for you,
Peach pats his
Sertan?
back. Peach pats his back and says, "Or you could throw up on them. You were very good at that."
Really, it hurt so much to do. I'm not sure if I could. I've created a gun that throws up. Oh, wait, nope. I'm not going to finish that sentence yet because it sounds very weird. And I said it out loud and I thought it in my brain first. Long
Yes,
slip
even
tea.
for me, that was very strange. I shall pretend you never said such a thing.
Thank you. It's been a long day.
And I understand, Sertan, you're quite shaken up right now. If you'd like to hold on to your question until after I've had a bit more time to explain, I'd understand.
No, I don't think you don't understand. See, I do not care. Not at all.
Hmm.
You seem to have a secret identity. That's fine. It doesn't make a difference to me. If that's what makes you feel good, then great. If you want to drop this secret identity, it makes no difference to me. If you would like to keep it up, then I will say that your secret is safe with my indifference.
And I appreciate that greatly. But I feel it is also proper to, since you now are all in the know, it's only proper that I drop the facade, at least with you all. But let me get in a little to my history. As some of you might have ascertained, I am of noble birth. Low ranking in that my great-grandfather was a knight back in his day.
Whoa.
He had done much for Waterdeep, and we were able to acquire a large parcel of land and peerage for his efforts. But I believe the term new money gets floated around a bit.
Basil looks there's a crease you haven't seen of like worry and concern that forms on Basil's forehead. Of like he's heard this a lot in his circles.
He also had this conversation with Tam at the opera. They had
Yeah.
a whole talk about old versus new money.
We were given quite the generous plot of land, and for close to 100 years now, between our 4 generations, we've been cultivating it. It's almost like a small little haven outside of Waterdeep to an extent. But other nobles grew quite jealous of that newfound wealth we had acquired, and for such a low-ranking noble as someone as low as a knight, even, was unheard of at the time. But there was nothing they could do to my great-grandfather or my grandfather at the time. It was only during my father's generation that they decided to act. Is Liv chilling there, Shadow?
Liv is also like sitting like on a stool, like elbow on his knee, head on his fist, just like listening intently.
Oh, and he's shredded, so he's like the thinking man sculpture.
That's right.
That popped up and I was like, whoa, what the hell is that?
I was gonna say, wow, this is an interesting way to start initiative here, Shadow.
It's just Liv.
Yeah. But yes. As we had grown quite accustomed to our new domain, my father decided to indulge more into research, and thus didn't manage the property and domain itself as well, which led to openings for other nobles to try and get a piece of the land. It was left to me to be heir of the whole House of Swain. And at the age of 7, it was quite a difficult undertaking. That is where the
Peach very
start.
quietly says, "Wow," because that's over twice as old as he is now.
Yes, but for our age, this is incredibly young. And considering me, I'm, one might say, a little bit on the slow end when it comes to acquiring new information. The way I've been able to talk is all from years of practice, because I am very, very slow at learning things. It's just an unfortunate side effect of just how I am. But let us continue on, because now there's a little bit more that I want to share with you all, and the reason why I have taken the identity I've taken. And that's actually just past my 7th birthday. There was robbers and various other vagrants outside and around our domain, terrorizing those that were within and causing problems. And part of my training was to join my retinue and dissolve this bunch of rabble. In that time, I had also learned that there was not only bandits, but the possibility of Aarakocra within said bandit hideout. Very young, maybe even hatchlings. So, I took it upon myself to immediately go to the area, and we were very successful at dealing with the group of bandits, and came upon a very, very young Aarakocra. But I noticed that the nest itself was incredibly large for just one hatchling, but there was no other evidence of another Aarakocra or another egg within the vicinity. So we took the hatchling back, taught him, and then after about a month, he was able to iterate to me that he was actually part of a clutch of eggs, and that one of them was stolen or taken. Couldn't really identify it, as the bandits were freaking out. Losing something as valuable as an Aarakocra egg in Waterdeep would be quite difficult for any scoundrel. But he was a very, very strong young man. By the time he had grown only a couple months old, he had already learned pretty much half the things I added at the age of 7. And he was very gifted. We named him Arlen. He accompanied me pretty much everywhere. And I kind of just coil up for a bit, because I'm just like a little upset thinking about it. Feathers kind of, or my wings kind of curl in, like I'm trying to just hold myself to an extent. During the last bit of my training, I had to go tame a griffin in the area of our domain. It was the last assignment I needed before I could be a full-fledged ranger of my domain. And Arlen, he wanted to join me for this. I made sure to put him in a spot where he was safe, and then I proceeded to try to serenade the griffin. But unbeknownst to me at the time was that nobles had caught wind, nobles that would seek my head, caught wind of me on this fairly dangerous mission. And midway into my serenade, a rock hit me in the back and caused me to yelp out, startling the griffin in front of me. I had no choice but to flee, but before I could even take flight, I felt a claw rake deep down my back. And that is how I lost the ability to fly. But one might think that the griffin probably would have taken more than that. Well, that's where Arlen came in. He went ahead and learn from me and actually finish serenading the griffin. And to my astonishment, the griffin seemed almost tame. But as I was applauding the genius of this young Aarakocra in my head, a bolt, a crossbow bolt, struck right through his navel, and he was gone. Ever since then, I have vowed to protect those I hold dear to me, and try to protect those who are less fortunate, but more from the shadows, because it would be impossible for me to do it publicly now. That event put me out of commission, and of course, the nobles in that area took advantage of that and took all the lands my family had at that point. So that is where we're at today.
Peach pats Cruce's back and says, "You have lived through much, but you have also survived. You should be proud of yourself for what you have done and what you have overcome."
Yes, but that young man had so much potential. Rest in peace, Arlen, the barn owl in Aarakocra.
Yeah, Basil is sobbing hysterically, right, furiously scribbling notes, right? Like, yeah. Just for clarification, how old are you now?
I'm sorry.
How old are you right now? Sorry. Can I get Tim? Can you pass me a bar towel?
I will pass him a back towel.
Just a huge nose blow. That's so much better. I'm sorry. How old are you right now? That was the one thing I didn't get. I don't think I've asked.
Did you ask a question? I'm sorry. Like I just totally phased.
How old are you right now?
I'm
What is
10.
your current age? You're 10. You're 10.
Yes. I'm approaching my 11th birthday relatively soon.
I have to do an intelligence saving throw or something for that. Can't.
Okay.
Okay. Basil says 10, 7, 3, looks at Peach, looks back at at the aviary / Crows and goes, huh. It goes back to scribbling, and then just like as he's writing and underlining things and highlighting things, just starts crying a lot more.
You're very upset, Basil.
Uh, I feel like the lack of sleep has made him hyper emote.
Oh.
So it's one of those things where he's like, it's just such a beautiful story. This is so much passion and nobility came in. Yeah. Um, he'll finish. He'll finish like trying to not get tears on all this and like wrap it up. And close the notebook. Okay, so you're gonna like, is that what you're doing now? Are you here to like get revenge for all of that, or are you? Is it something else? Are you like trying to stop them, or?
It's more of just trying to prevent any other tragedies from befalling people. I don't want anyone to experience what I have.
So you're not even taking revenge? That's crazy. I would blow him up. I already used that one today, but yeah, I blow him up.
As much as that would be an easy approach at times, unfortunately, noble society is way more complicated than that.
Mm.
And you can't just blow up all your problems.
No.
Says the man who
Unfortunately.
used firebolt to light a fire on a table in public to brew a pot of tea.
I appreciated that, by the way.
Basil has the talking about nobility thing has gotten Basil like real tense, but the crying made Basil relax. And so I think he kind of forgets himself for a moment and goes, I mean, most of the nobility that I know aren't like they're bad people, but they're bad people because they'll talk behind your back, not like they'll actually do anything about it. They're just kind of like, you know, they'll
You just gotta think about it this way, Sir Basil. You're dealing with full-grown adults, whereas in my terms of ranking, I'd be nothing but a toddler.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That actually makes a lot of sense. Hmm.
But that is why I conceal my identity. For one, I don't want to bring any other problems to my family. Two, I want to protect those, including yourselves, from being attacked by other noble families. It's bad enough that we can draw attention to ourselves in other ways. We don't need other nobles on our backs.
That is a very sensible course of action. Pats his back again.
Yes, that is a noble way to look at it, but I'm pretty sure all of us are capable of looking after ourselves.
Oh, I have no doubts, and that is why I'm bringing this forward to you all now. I felt it was the right time. I trust you all as friends and companions, and you're all very capable in a fight. I am certain of that. But just because I've brought this up to you, I do not expect any of you to assist me with any of these endeavors. Just know the reason for it.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Yes, I too do not mind.
Well,
And again, I do not care.
no, this was a
Old man.
very heavy thing for me to put out. How about I go and fetch us some food from the butcher?
That would be lovely. Thank you very much.
And I'm going to proceed to head over to the butcher and get a couple things of various meats, cheeses, baked goods, stuff like that. You can tell me how much I need to spend there.
They'll just put it on the tavern fees.
Okay.
Oh.
I-
While Cruz is gone, I'm going to look to the others and say, so he raised another barn owl. Do you think seeing my face is traumatic to him?
You're not more curious about the fact that it was another barn owl?
As my father always says, you cannot assume that two things know each other just because they are the same.
Okay. Peach, how old are you?
I'm 3.
Okay. And Cruz is 10.
Yes,
And Cruz found him at 7.
yes.
Okay.
Peach looks at Tam
I also pleadingly look at Tam.
and says, I do not understand what he is stressed about.
I do believe that what Sir Basil is trying to say is that perhaps the barn owl that Sir Cruz rescued, no, you're right. Your father is right. Just because two things look alike, they may not know each other.
Yes.
I'm going for a walk.
Can I
I'll
join
walk
you
out the
or
door.
something? Can I? Okay, don't leave. Okay, hey, Peach, how's it going? I guess it's just we can hang out here until they get back. Okay. So, how many? Yeah. How's your day?
Oh, it was starting off quite miserably, for my father was angry at me for becoming possessed and then becoming knocked out. So I had to put on armor, which, as you know, depresses me, and then he packed me a lunch and sent me on my way, and then I came here, and I found you very stressed, and you know what happened after that. So I would say my day is going along quite normally.
You're a good guy, Peach. You know, when you're here now, you don't have to. You've reached the area you're supposed to be at, so you don't have to wear the armor if you don't want to.
I am not wearing anything under this armor.
Oh, okay. So yeah. That's. I have more tinfoil blankets upstairs. If you'd be like, I could. I mean, I make a lot of things. Also, I'm very deft at sewing. So if you want me to keep some stuff here, let me know.
Oh, that would be quite lovely. I've never had a friend that made me clothes before.
First time for everything. Friends. brothers, countrymen, first time for everything.
You laugh a lot for somebody who says things like friends, brothers, and countrymen.
It's a long morning. It's been a very long morning for me.
Oh. Well, here you go. And Peach folds a wing around him,
Good
like
guy,
a big
Peach.
feathery hug.
Basil leans into it. I think he just passes out. I think it's like a full. You hear a snore, and you look down, and Basil has fully gone to sleep.
Peach looks over at Liff and says, "He has passed out now."
This has been great. I've just been able to like sit back and let you all just run with it.
Drew,
Yeah,
Drew,
I was a bit nervous going into this. I'm enjoying this so far. This is great. Like how there's a giant lift in right
Yeah.
side of the screen.
Yeah,
Well-
the purple Liff is a little bit much. I feel like that's more like Liff when he enters his midlife crisis Ghost Rider phase.
I think it's maybe because it's just a generic Spectre token,
Oh.
which is how they deal with the poltergeist ghost thing. But I
Mm.
literally like Google image searched like Troll Skull Manor Liff, and there was a fan made Magic the Gathering card of
Oh.
Liff the bartender, and so I just grabbed the image from that, and I was like, "This is perfect."
He's like, he had some time. He's like, man, I can. This whole story's going on. I can make a whole little thing here.
So you didn't search muscular ghost because that's what I just did, and I found a perfect image.
Oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh.
No.
We found sexy Santa Claus, now prepare for sexy muscle ghost.
I'm not even going to Google muscular ghost.
I thought I was gonna get a bunch of Patrick Swayzes. I didn't.
Oh, what did you... Oh.
Oh god, he sent it in Discord, didn't he?
Oh my god, that is so funny.
That's Liff, all right. Look at
That's
him.
Liff, that's Liff.
Amazing.
I do not condone this.
There
He
was
doesn't
also
condone it as a DM. He condones it though as a totally like, yeah, this is hilarious.
Yeah.
there was also this, which isn't exactly what I'm looking for, but is in the ballpark. It's just a man with a pillowcase on his head who is muscular. Which there's no one's a muscular ghost. I think you can find.
Okay, but I think that would actually be really funny if that was Liff. You just need to have like elf ears poking out of it.
Those rock hard abs too.
Uh-huh.
Like AI induced body. Like that's what that looks like.
That you try to touch him. That's the part that's corporeal.
It's just washboard abs and nothing else. He can flip a
Yeah.
pack. He can wash some clothes.
So now that we've done all the heavy story bits,
We're doing the very important world building now.
what's everyone going to do with the rest of their day?
Well,
Going to sleep.
Yeah,
after
Peach is going to carry Basil back up to his room and tuck him in with a pitcher of water and some tea next to him.
Inside of Basil's room, there is so much of everything. Basil might have moved into this. Thank you for the raid. Thank you for the
Oh,
raid.
yes,
Yeah.
thank you for
Snail.
the raid.
You were talking. I was just gonna mention it after you were
It
done.
was one of those like I was starting a paragraph, so I was like, "Hey, before I do this, let me look." Oh, there it is.
Yep. Thank you for the raid, Snailosaurus Rex. That is
Lovely name, by the
yeah,
way.
excellent username.
Basil's moved in here for like 3 days. There's books and just numerous amounts of just every like scrolls and inks and parchments. There are already plants crawling up the walls. It looks like a bomb went off in here of someone who just didn't care where they were living in. And Basil, the only clear spot is like a small little hole on the bed where Basil very clearly sleeps, where it's like a blanket and some pillows nested around each other. But everything else, and especially on the desk and some on the bed, there are just a bunch of these discarded gauntlets just like littering the place. And one of them twitches.
How much does it twitch?
It's like a finger moves.
Peach watches it.
It doesn't move again.
Peach will remember that.
What the entire?
It's fine. It'll come up later. Don't worry about it.
Do I know anything about this?
It's the coloration of the bless spell, since I'm not being a cleric at all.
Oh, okay.
The hands of the bless spell. So
Hmm.
they're full of
Mhm.
liquids. It's fine.
Okay.
And Tam, you're just walking through the street, right? You're not like in our neighborhood.
Yes, no, actually, I would like to head over to a place that sells weaponry.
Yes, there is one nearby. Which one is that? That is.
All about the two Genasi, right?
Demon seal or the. Do you want wooden weaponry or metal weaponry?
Yeah.
A crossbow bolt.
That's the Fletchers instead.
Bows and crossbows are in stock at the Bent Nail.
I will head to the Bent Nail.
Okay. Tally, of course, the owner and chief artisan of the Bent Nail, is working today, and he's able to help you with whatever you're looking for. With this, of course, being a crossbow.
Yes, hello, young sir. I was in the market for a crossbow. I tend to. You're not going to believe this. I tend to get into a lot of fights, and I have a lot of magic that is very effective at murdering, and I know that is very much illegal. So I thought maybe I could buy myself a light crossbow with bolts that won't murder.
Seem a bit old for getting into trouble. There, Tamarin.
Yes, you are correct. I am a bit too old to get into trouble, but I just keep getting into trouble.
Considering, and he just kind of like takes a look at you. You're probably wanting either a light crossbow or a hand crossbow.
I was thinking a light crossbow, and if you had it, I had an idea for perhaps if you had some leather straps. I had an idea to maybe make myself a harness so I could hang it from my shoulder, so I could grab it and use it and then drop it, and it would still be attached to me, and then I could cast spells.
Yes. I'm sure we can figure that out for you.
That would be amazing.
And how many of the blunted bolts would you like? The regular set of what does this come in? 20, 40, 120?
Let's go with 20 to start.
Okay.
I just sold them a light crossbow last night. So we cut to like 12 hours earlier when it's like the dead of night, and I walk in. Yeah, so I was talking to Steam and Steel, and they don't take crossbows. So here's a trade-in. None of my group use this, so we got like an old guy that casts spells and junk. So I don't think he needs this. I just put it up on the counter and walk out with gold.
Well,
I would imagine that it had somebody's initials carved into it, and I get the one with those same initials carved into it.
It was the full Zentrum one.
So now Tam basically just has like the gang equivalent of a sawed-off pistol or something, like a little pea shooter.
Well, Tamarin, I'll tell you what. Your friend, young Master Basil, just came in and traded in a light crossbow last night. Said you probably wouldn't need it.
Yes, well.
So I'll cut you a deal, and I'll sell it back to you for, like the same price that I gave him for it.
Well, I very much appreciate that.
12 GP? 12 GP.
Crossbow light.
25 for light, half rounding down for 12 is what I took.
Well, yeah, it would be. Sure, let's just say 12 gold.
And how much are the 20 crossbow bolts?
1 gold, and it'll also be, let's say, 2 gold for the harness. So that'll be 15 gold all told. Are you happy with that?
Yes, that sounds excellent. Thank you very much. Sorry, I was just putting the my new gold amount in roll 20.
I will take the crossbow and I'm gonna take the leather straps over to I don't know, somebody that can make a harness out of it.
Oh, they did it for you.
Oh, sweet.
Yep.
Okay.
Such excellent service.
I will also mention this to Tam. You've definitely seen Basil making his own crossbow bolts. Not a lot,
Oh.
but he is like shaving them occasionally when he's downstairs at like breakfast.
I'll have to think about that. Because Basil can do a lot of crazy shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anything else people want to do during this day?
Oh, I guess I would obviously come back, make sure to get everyone fed.
You come
Find
back
out
to
for
no
Peaches.
one.
Find out that you went upstairs. I'm guessing. So I go upstairs, find Basil, hand him a sandwich, walk out the door.
Thank you for the sandwich. I take it and I roll over onto it.
Get some rest there, Sir Basil.
At some point in the afternoon, because I do have something that will happen with Tam at some point in the afternoon.
Oh.
Ooh.
Basil only really sleeps for like 3-hour stints, so he's not going to be asleep for too long.
Okie dokie.
I'd probably at that point just go out, because I know the due date on a lot of these groups that we're having to agree to or not to. I'd probably go to the ones that were personally requested by me and politely and respectfully decline both of them. I know that we were pretty much doing stuff with Black Staff, right? So I'll just be a neutral party in that.
Peach would have gone to the Lord's Alliance, funnily enough, and said yes to them.
Okay.
Oh, while everybody was out. And I assume probably that the group had decided we would go to Force Grade together, so he's going to wait until the group get together to say that he will be bowing out of that.
Oh.
Mm.
Yeah, because I think I have in my notes that Cruz/the Aviary was approached by the Order of the Gauntlet and the Grey Hands.
Correct.
So just declining the Order of the Gauntlet.
I'd be declining them, letting them know I appreciate their work, but I just don't think it'd work out with what I plan to do.
Alrighty. Because oddly enough, as Cruz is then, after he goes and declines the Order of the Gauntlet, as he's walking back to the manor, make a perception check.
Oh, here we go. You know, keeping the idea of my character being super paranoid, you're really helping with this. 17.
Oh.
Okay. You notice that there seems to be a white cat following you.
Just like the regular white cat just kind of following around.
Yep.
What in the Studio Ghibli is this?
I go ahead and like lower myself to like see if the cat wants to be pet.
So like it kind of like runs up to you and like starts purring and like does like this doing figure eights between your legs.
Yep. Obviously, I'm just petting the cat.
Okay. Then it speaks to you.
Ugh.
Yep.
Man, this has been a weird day. Yes, okay. All right, I'm ready.
Hello, noble bird, sir. And the cat kind of like licks its lips a little bit.
I'm a little disturbed by the licking bit, but yeah, let's go ahead.
Please,
Continue.
please forgive my cat-like behaviors. I am, in fact, just a regular cat, but I have a message for you.
Oh, so you're familiar.
I've been tasked to come ask you to meet parties to meet a party who is interested in your abilities at Falconmere in the Southern Ward.
And when should I come by to visit?
Preferably today, but that's about all I know.
Okay. Okay, what time is it right now with my character? Would you say?
About noon.
About noon. I guess I will go over to this destination.
You never go to a second location, my man. Not by yourself.
Yeah, but he's also the aviary.
Yeah, I'm
That's
pretty
true.
built for this.
That's fair.
If
He'll
there
be
was one
okay.
person to go solo on something, it's probably my character.
All right.
No, it's Tam for sure. It's definitely Tam.
The cat is headed back there, so you can follow the cat.
I guess I will do just that.
And so it leads you to a compound, which is called Falconmere. It's a compound located So I'm going to switch us over to the map. Hold on, please.
Mm.
Fancy.
Map of Waterdeep.
Ooh.
Oh.
Okay, so this is...
It's in the Southern Ward, you said, or?
Yeah.
It is south of Colat Towers. So those are... Okay, it's in the very south. I should double check this is the correct location. Where is my interactive map? Falconmere.
Is it near the Weymouth?
Am I crazy? Where's Southern Ward?
Yeah,
There
I-
isn't a Southern Ward.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's the Dock Ward.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
I'm not crazy.
Oh, that's weird. I wonder why that's not labeled on this map. Because there is technically actually a Southern Ward.
It does. Yeah, it seems like this is a different color, this area here.
Yeah, there's the Trades Ward, then the Dock Ward, and then the Southern Ward is like,
Like southeast.
yeah. So like the trades ward looks kind of red, and the dock ward looks brown, and the southern ward is like even darker brown.
Ah, right. It's
Yeah.
that
Yeah, I
chunk
see it.
right there. Hmm.
Yeah.
It borders it, you can tell. So,
Okay,
yeah, it makes sense.
so Fillet Lane. Okay, where is my this?
Man, I am taking a walk. Holy.
Down here.
You're following a cat too, which
The
the move speed on that not great.
the orange blob
Yeah, right.
I just drew.
Perfect. Yeah, that. Holy crap, that's far. I'll be gone for a few hours.
Well, we decided it only takes like what 2 hours to cross all of Waterdeep.
Hmm.
Yeah, but then back and forth.
All right. So as you approach, you notice that there seems to be lots of cats and pigeons coming and going to
Oh.
this compound.
I like where we're going with this, honestly.
And then a half elf dressed in druid robes comes out to greet you. And he says, "Hello. I see you have received our message. I am Melanor."
Good afternoon, Miss Melanor. My name is Cruz.
Mister.
Oh, sorry, Mister. I'm so sorry. I thought you said. I'm so okay.
A
Mister.
half elf druid, Melanor.
I thought you said a female. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
That was my bad. So, Mister. Continue. Sorry.
I am in the service of the Emerald Enclave. And we are interested in those who seek to preserve the balance, particularly within the city of Waterdeep. Our order is made up of many druids and rangers and clerics of nature. And I would like to introduce you to the lady of the estate here, Jareth Falcon. And so
Okay.
then he gestures for you to follow him inside the compound.
I follow ahead.
So as you kind of like enter the compound, like there's like large fences around it, but like as you enter in, there's actually like a villa with like gardens and stuff inside.
Very nice gardens you have here.
So, Jareth, she's a human woman who is a druid. But no, well, actually, I think she's a cleric of nature. Yeah, there we go. And so then she's just like sitting on a bench in the gardens, and she has like her arms kind of crossed inside the sleeves of her robe, and she stands up and she says, "Hello, welcome. We are interested in employing your services, for we seem to understand that you have abilities similar to those of others in our employ, and work to fight against unnatural forces."
Unnatural, you say?
Yes, we seek to keep the balance of nature.
Huh? I have no qualms of nature itself. I am more than willing to assist with it.
Well, we would gladly have you in our service if that is something that you are interested in.
Just curious, what kind of jobs were you thinking of employing for a man of my caliber?
Well, there are on occasion uh, things like perhaps scarecrows in the outlying farms surrounding Waterdeep that seem to mysteriously come to life, or perhaps um, rumors of necromancers in the City of the Dead, or things like maybe there are shapeshifters and doppelgangers threatening the balance of power in the city.
I see. Well, I have no qualms in helping where I can. I work with nature. It is only right that I keep the balance where I can.
Well, if you so choose to be in our service, um, then we have a magical item that we can bestow upon you, and any missions that you do for us, you will be compensated for.
Good. It's good. A lot of people have actually reached out to us, and they haven't really given us much in terms of what they will actually compensate us with. They've been more or less telling us that we'd get exposure. And I'm not too much into that, honestly, so since you are so upfront about it, I do appreciate that.
Well, you seem hesitant to accept our offer.
It's not that I'm hesitant, just understand that there's some things that I have to take care of outside of this, and even though I do my
Oh.
best to try and help with your missions, I cannot be for all the time.
Of course, understood. Uh, um, I mean, you are free to, like, if we contact you with an offer of a mission, you are free to refuse one.
Right. Well, then I have no qualms at all. I'd be happy to help where I can. At the end of the day, I do just want to help Waterdeep as a whole.
Well, it sounds like we may have an accord then.
It does sound that way.
And then I hereby anoint you a member of the Emerald Enclave. And she gives you a pin that kind of like looks like a green leaf. And also a magical charm on a necklace that is a charm of restoration. So it has 6 charges. You can use an action to expend some of its charges to cast one of the following spells: Greater Restoration for 4 charges, or Lesser Restoration for 2 charges. Once all of the charges have been expended, the charm will vanish.
Hold on one second.
So big.
That's like, hold on.
Who are
This
these
is-
people just handing out sweet toys?
Dude, this is like, I think, yeah,
It's 6 charges altogether.
Yeah,
And are they refresh, or is it just 6 in total?
6 in total.
So it's
It-
still good. It's just not amazing.
And this is just kind of as a DM note outside of play. If you use all of them up and you do enough missions for them, like they'll give you more of them.
Holy butts. Oh
This
my
is
God.
how
having a
all
fifth-
MLMs start, guys. Be careful.
just having a 5th spell level greater abjuration spell, just
Greater Restoration.
or it's an abjuration spell, but yes,
Yeah.
greater restoration.
Yeah, if an MLM gave me an ability to not be petrified, yeah, okay. I guess I'm in.
Yeah,
Not be a
that's
vampire.
well.
Although I guess if you were wearing it and then you got petrified, it really wouldn't do you any good.
It starts from the feet up, so you got time.
Well, I greatly appreciate this gift. I wasn't like needing to have this in order to join the cause, but it's definitely appreciated.
Well, we thought you might be interested in joining our society. Defender of the Night, Gloomstalker. She winks at you.
I see. You get around, I guess. A little bit more information than you first put out.
I am friends with the
Sexy
Black.
singles in your area.
I am friends with the Blackstaff.
I see.
Oh.
Well,
Okay,
it's good
alright.
to know that that's the case, because it's most likely our merry band will probably be working with the Black Staff as well at some point. So it'll be good to have mutual friends amongst each other.
There should be no conflicts between our two organizations, but there may possibly come a time when your allegiances may be tested.
What is
Of
that
course.
supposed to mean?
Of course. Everyone has their own ideals on how things should be done around the city. But let's leave that for when that time comes. And for now,
Of
just
course.
indulge in the fact that we're happy to have mutual friends in the area.
Okay.
And is there anything else that we need to do, or?
No.
All right, I'm obviously just gonna start heading back because
Yep.
it's a bit of a walk.
So under the notes for Lady Jareth, I have David Bowie's hair from Labyrinth, and then will be paid,
Nice.
accepting knows about Cruz. So those are my 4 notes about this NPC.
Yeah, I'm. That whole idea of my character being paranoid is becoming ever so much higher.
Oh, do I bring back anything from accepting the offer from the Lord's Alliance?
The Lord's Alliance.
Nope, you get like a handout, a flyer.
I get a flyer and a surfboard if the vibes of the recruiter were anything to go by.
The vibes. Oh my god.
Yeah, remember he was the
gym
really,
bro.
Yeah, the really sketchy one that none of us liked.
The
Cool.
political intern, working out of a Starbucks.
Yeah.
And just to make sure, Shadow, because I did write it down, the charm has 6 charges. 4 charges can be expended for greater restoration. 2 can be for lesser, right?
Correct.
Okay.
That's 2 for lesser.
Yeah, 2 for lesser.
Oh, you can get rid of Basil's exhaustion with the lesser.
Oh yeah.
I think it's greater you'd need to do it with.
No wait, lesser is exhaustion.
Greater is for things like paralyzed and petrified and things like that.
So Jalester, who's the cool.
Jalester?
Yeah,
Come
yeah,
on,
that
dude.
just sounds terrible.
Jalester Silvermane.
He sounds like a slimy neutral man.
Ugh. He's friends with Elminster.
Oh, damn.
I guess Alminster also sucks now.
Anyway,
It's just the name Jalester, dude.
that name you can't get over, I'm sorry.
No.
or maybe Jalester? Hold on, where's my pronunciation guide? I have one here somewhere.
Every incarnation of that name just is cursed.
Where the heck is this?
He's gonna be Jalester forever. I don't know.
Oh, here it is.
Jalister?
It is apparently Jalester.
Okay.
Rhymes with baluster.
Yeah. Jalester. So I had
Okay, I guess that's slightly less obnoxious.
I had the emphasis on the wrong syllable. So Jalester does give you kind of like a badge. It says to only show it when necessary. It's not something to be worn in public.
Okay.
But other than that, it's just you are now a member of the Lord's Alliance.
Man, they're not as cool as...
Alright. So, in the afternoon, early afternoon, there comes a knock on the door.
I think I'm the only one home at
Well-
this point.
Well, hold on. Okay, Tam. When do you come home?
I would have returned very quickly after
Buying the crossbow.
procuring my new crossbow. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So you'll be home.
Okay.
So at least Basil and Tam will be at home.
I will be at home as well. I don't think the Lord's Alliance thing would have taken too long.
No.
All right,
okay.
that's at the yawning portal. I thought you had to go all the way out.
Playing that new implement of murder.
Murder! Judith!
Judas.
Only vintage memes here, guys.
Skull Alley is all the way up there.
Sorry, Shadow.
All right. So there is a knock on the door in the early afternoon. Who will answer the door?
Should I get that, or should you, Basil?
Basil, you come back. Basil's fast asleep. He's muttering something about brothers and hugging a giant sandwich.
Yes.
In that case, Peach will answer the door because Tam is frail and elderly.
All right. So you open the door, and there's standing in front of the door is a gnome dressed in construction clothes with a beard that has kind of three parts, all of which kind of like are curly, and like a big kind of like mustache, and beside him is a crate full of boards and ropes and pulleys, and so the gnome says, "Oh, hello there. I have a delivery for a Mr. Tamaran Tambalam."
Ah, yes, that is not me. And Peach steps aside and says, Friend Tam, there is a delivery of construction miscellanea for you.
Ah, yes. Yes, what is this now?
Hello, Mr. Tamaran Tambalam. Yes.
Good try, yes.
I am from Gnome Depot.
Oh my god. Get the fuck out.
Gotcha.
Too psychic.
He was waiting to throw that one out. I
That
know
was a
it.
good pun,
Oh
huh?
my
All right.
God.
He had been waiting to deploy that. He warned us
Yeah.
prior to the session that he had a good pun waiting.
Yes.
You're my favorite person on the internet, Shadow.
Yes, I am from Gnome Depot, and I have a delivery of supplies to construct a lift.
Yes. Yes, would you like me to show you where it will be going?
Well, yes, of course, I can take it to the appropriate location.
Ah, yes, well, follow me then.
And we'll walk out back.
Okay.
You've
Yes,
already
you see,
been licensed.
You see, it's going to go from here on the ground up to that second story window there, the one on the it would be left side as we're looking at it.
Ah, yes, of course, sir. And then like he like reaches into like pouches like that he has like strapped around his waist, and he starts like pulling out like artificer's tools and stuff. And he says like, "Give me 2 hours and it'll be set up for you."
Ah, excellent. Very good then.
And he starts like pulling all of like the boards and the ropes and the pulleys out of the crate. He starts setting off to work.
Ah, and this is for you.
And I'll give him a gold piece.
Very well, sir.
You know, as a tip.
We've already been approved to open, right?
Yes.
Okay, because this is against code. I remember.
Yeah, I was about to say this is totally against code.
And
yeah,
if-
we have to
this-
enclose it.
But this is technically for part of the residence and not the tavern.
Awesome. Best news you could have told me.
Ah, yes. Excellent.
We're already looking through loopholes here. We're natural-born lawyers here.
Like a real business owner.
All right. Well,
I get to say that my wife is a business owner.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I had the cat meet Cruz, and I got to make my Gnome Depot joke. So, those are the main two things I wanted to make sure also happened in this session.
And we've got it with some time to spare.
I'd like to secure the Greyhand thing with Tam,
Okay.
if that wouldn't. Everyone else seemed to shore up their bets, and it's more like one of those things where someone's realizing they're running out of time, and so Basil's like running downstairs like he's late for school, with like just mustard on his face. Looks at Peach. Where's Mr. Tam?
Ah, Mr. Tam is participating in non-code compliant renovations.
That's the worst news. Okay, yeah, yeah, okay. Are you coming? You're coming with us, right? To say that we're going to the Greyhands with the Blackstaff lady?
Oh, I suppose I should go, if only to say that I am not accepting. Why are you hugging a sandwich?
Oh, I'm sorry. I let it go. Sorry, I fell asleep. I thought it was a pillow, and then it smelled good. So it's just kind of how. What do you? Hold on. What do you mean you're not Lords? What? I thought that guy was, kind of awful.
Oh, well, yes, and I went home and I spoke to my father, and he said that if I joined the Lord's Alliance, it would be a good way for me to advance my station in life.
Oh, okay, but what do you want to do?
I've never really thought about that before.
Okay. What? Huh. I've not been through enough life to have like an emotional equipness to delicately approach this conversation. So I'm gonna run away now. And that's no offense to you or the situation, or I want to scream really loud, so I'm just gonna run outside real quick and get Tam, right?
Okay.
I run out the door. You just hear coming from the distance.
Man, the neighbors must really fucking love us.
This is the second day in a row Basil screamed outside as he runs across. And Tam, you see Basil round the corner screaming, "I just don't get you!" As he's like, "Oh, hey, Mr. Tam, do you want to go to the Blackstaff today and just get that done?"
Yes, I suppose we should, shouldn't we?
Okay. Oh, do I recognize this artificer?
Oh, God.
Uh-oh.
Oh shit.
No, because he it's more of like the construction type of stuff,
Right.
as opposed
Went
to
to trade
more-
school instead
Yeah.
of apothecary private school.
Yeah.
Got it. I look. Oh, you got the okay. I really like that type of tool set that you're working with. The one I'm working with has like a little different one of a hammers there. I just really neat. Mr. Tam, we should go.
Yes.
We go.
Okay.
Yep. And Peach would join them just to politely give a refusal.
All right. So you make your way over to.
Oh, actually, do we know where the aviary / cruise is at this point? It's been a while, right?
Probably not.
No,
Okay.
you definitely don't.
Okay.
If only he had a pebble that was actually a sending stone.
Hey. Don't be dissing my pebble.
God, that was so funny.
Oh, there it is. By the market.
Yep.
Yep. Okay. There's so many
Yeah, I got a
locations.
consultation. Go ahead.
I was just saying, there's so many locations.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, message is not gonna get it done.
Yeah, I
Nope.
was seeing what the range was on it.
I love the hustle. It's like 60 feet.
It's 120.
120
Okay.
foot range.
Oh
yeah.
boy.
I love the idea of Tam just like constantly pointing, trying to
Trying
see
to
if he can
find me.
just cold shot cruise in the night.
So you make your way over to Blackstaff Tower. And you find that when you arrive today, that there is seemingly no one around the outside, and you just see a completely flat surface to the tower all the way around.
Weird.
Yes, no, I've seen this before. It's actually quite ingenious. You see, it's a illusion.
Oh, that's quite devious.
Yes.
And I'll start going around and just kind of pushing on the wall to see if my hand goes through anywhere.
So when you walk up to the tower, and if you press like your kind of like flat palm up against the wall of the tower, then you can hear like shifting stone kind of like around the side, like maybe like 30 feet away, and a doorway forms in the side of the tower.
That's the illusion that you touch it and then, okay, this is weird.
I think it reacts to magical creatures.
Oh.
Well-
You wizards are wild.
Well,
Yes.
friend Tam, you very much are a magical creature, I would say.
Thank you, said Peach. Shall we go?
Yes, let us go. Do we get sealed inside?
And so after you step inside, yeah, there's like the sound of like stone rearranging. And the doorway behind you disappears, but then in front of you there's like now like a staircase of stones like starts to like rise up and like seems to like guide your way, like as you follow the path, it like seems to like continuously recreate itself, guiding you towards eventually Vajra's office.
This is all completely normal. Well,
Staring
maybe
into
not,
the pit. Is it?
maybe not completely normal, but you know what I mean.
Well, friend Tam, you did deliberately read a cursed book today and give yourself a fright.
Ah, it was not cursed.
Peach looks to Basil and says, "That sounds like something a wizard would say."
Yeah, no, today's been super weird. I'm just trying to survive until I can go to sleep for real this time. Ooh,
Here,
okay.
hold my hand. I will help guide you up the stairs.
You reach down to Basil, and instead you get a cold metallic hand instead. That is
Do you
just
mean
sitting-
that do you mean like Basil is holding like a baby metal hand and uses that to hold Peach's hand, or do you mean you're wearing a metal glove?
I love that idea. No, no. On Basil's shoulder, unbeknownst to him, one of the hands has been just turned on because of all the magic, and it's sitting there. And it's like the perfect height of where Basil's hand would be if you were reaching up, but instead it's just a metal hand that is floating there.
Just,
Can I roll a strength check to crush it?
I mean, it's super. It's squishy.
What the
It's filled
hell,
with
man?
liquid. It's a bunch
Peach
of like
squishes it.
it's
and
hydraulic
goes-
tubes.
Why is your
Speech
first
squish-
instinct to crush the cold hand?
I know, right?
Peach squishes it and goes, Basil,
Ow,
I
ow.
think your creations are confused.
Oh, sorry about that. Sorry, it must have turned on because of all the magic. Hold on, and I pull back the cloak, and I'm wearing like a giant like neck swath bandolier where two other hands are grasping onto it, two other right hands, and I just kind of like hook it in. I'm like, okay, well, hold on. I kind of like press a button and it doesn't do anything, and I just like undo a thing, and water starts leaking out. I'm like, I'm just gonna pretend like that's fine, and then I close the cloak back up, and like it looks like I'm wetting myself.
Oh, that's very unfortunate.
Yeah, well, we're about to meet a very powerful lady, so this is just how it's gonna go today. This is a par for the course for today.
Yeah, so just for reference, I'd like to read you this little bit about Blackstaff Tower, which it can maybe will elucidate what's going on here. The tower is made of black smooth stone with no windows or doors.
Jail.
There is a wall that surrounds the tower with a main gate and a smaller entrance for apprentices. People chosen by the Blackstaff can open the door with their palm, while some magical items also grant entrance through the outer wall. The tower is itself protected from scrying magic and teleportation magic. Under most circumstances, the tower is only accessible if the Blackstaff allowed it. The tower is much larger inside than it looks from the outside. Magical in nature, there's no set floor plan. It can look however you want it to look. Rooms switch around either by the magic of the tower itself or with secret keywords. To give a sense of the magical nature of the tower, the players can have the players enter into a different room each time they visit Blackstaff Tower.
That's cool.
Intense.
Committed to the bit, as it were.
Peach takes Basil's real hand, and we go in.
Yeah.
As we're walking up the stairs, I'll say,
Yes, so this tower is known to be larger on the inside than on the outside, which there is a word for that, and it is TARDIS.
Oh.
I was wondering if someone might reference that.
Basil just gets a nosebleed. Okay, just a full-on wall-breaking nosebleed.
Alright, so eventually the magically rearranging corridor leads you to Vajra's office. And she's like sitting at her desk with like her head in her hand, and then she like looks up. She says, "Oh, you've returned.
Yes, yes.
Well,
How are you today?
where's the other member of your party?"
Oh, Cruz.
Yes.
He had an he had an errand to run.
I see.
We thought we would come here, and time was of the essence. He said as soon as possible, and so I don't know if he's currently engaged, but figured we just get this one done and sealed. Once again, Basil is bags under eyes, looks like he's wetting himself. Doesn't look good.
How would Blackstaff react? This is how we find out.
Got temp fate here.
Sorry, can you set that up for me again?
Basil still looks very tired. He's only slept for like 3 hours, so still like incredibly bags under the eyes. Said a very nervous comment, and the liquid, which is like a bluish green liquid, is draining out of one of these liquid operated hands and draining directly onto like the bottom region of where this cloak would be. So it looks like Basil is wetting himself in front of her.
Young halfling, Basil, you seem to be having a liquid problem.
I look down. Oh, my hand's leaking. I flap the cloak up, revealing the myriad of alchemic like just like accoutrement strapped to me, all the vials and potions and bright liquids and bright colors, and one hand is just gushing like a bluish green, like almost fluorescent liquid. I'm just like, okay, all right. I'm gonna tie this. Yeah, I'm gonna turn this way and just tie this off. So yeah, they're embarrassed. Turn around.
Yes, like I mentioned the last time, they can be a lot, but their hearts are in the right place.
And like, Vajra just kind of mutters under her breath, "There was a reason I invited the other two."
I wanted to drive that point home because the other two have not said yes and are going to say no. Basil turns back around. Right. So, Mr. Tam and I at least have come here. We kind of thought that you guys were doing had the best thing so far. So we were. I look at Tam for approval to continue.
Yes.
So we, Tam and I were interested at least in helping you guys out.
Well, I think we all were interested in helping you out.
I must confess, I'm a little surprised, as I thought Basil and Tam's skill sets were a bit more suited perhaps for the Harpers. But
I didn't want to poison anyone. Or, kill people. So I said no to a lot of people because I didn't want to kill people with poison.
The Harpers are a force for good, while my force is more, well, deployed for specific circumstances that I choose. So...
Sorry, I was thinking about the people that were wearing all black and were laughing maniacally in a corner. Sorry.
Yes, no, that was the Zentrum, I believe.
Right.
And
That's
she-
the
Doom
Doom
Raiders.
Raiders.
Yep.
And she just kind of raises an eyebrow a little bit and goes, Well, anyway,
They wanted me to
you
do
wish to
gang
join
warfare.
the Grey Hands?
Yeah, you don't want me to do gang warfare. That would be great.
He is a
Ver-
very capable artificer.
Well, very well. I suppose I'll take what help I can get. What? Hold on, Peach. You've not really said much. Are
Oh,
you?
yes, I have not said anything. But I wish to come in person so as to not give you the impression that I am deliberately spurning you, but I wish to let you know that I already accepted an offer from the Lord's Alliance, and thus I do not think I can be in your organization as well.
Wait,
Well-
what?
If you work with them, you work for me anyway.
Wait, what?
Peach swivels his head 270 degrees in one direction.
If you help your companions with any of the missions that I give them, then you work for me anyway.
Oh, well, in that case... Oh, and then Peach leans in very carefully and says, "Is this something under the table?"
Not sure if
I
under
don't-
the table is the correct turn of phrase, but well, it's just what it is.
Oh. Well, in that case, if I am still permitted to aid my friends in your pursuits, then I will of course do so.
All right. Very well. I suppose. How much were your party willing to be on call for missions in a month?
Oh, I'd say we are at your disposal.
Basil's pulling out a whole spring. Well, I work every other day at the local apothecary. Let's see, we're running a tavern, so that's a 3-day-a-week activity. So we got every other Sunday.
Well, so the deal I usually make with regular members of the Grey Hands is that if you are available for 30 hours each 10-day. Then for 1 month, 3 10-days. Then your services will you will be paid 100 gold pieces for your services each month.
That seems quite just to me.
Yeah, I don't need to do the apothecary thing. Yeah, no, that's good. That's good. Like scribbling out stuff. I can cut back on hours.
Meanwhile, I just now am heading back over to the tavern. Like, wait, where is everyone? Oh crap, they're over at the Blackstaff.
And actually,
Yeah,
There's a
like-
little note.
you'll hear like Vajra's like voice in your head saying like, "Your friends are here. You better get over here."
Yeah, Peach would have left a note with Lif, so like as soon as you get back, this beefy swole ghost comes over and is like,
Thank you, Lif. I'm on my way. And I jet out the door. Probably about 5-10 minute walk, certainly.
All right. Well, if you are now to swear yourselves to my employ, then I have 2 potential missions for you.
Oh. It's like a form we gotta fill out, or is it like a verbal thing? We gotta like, is there any Waterdeep tax information we need to fill out for this, or?
I'll just give you the details, and it can all be sorted out later.
Hey, well,
But I believe I have just summoned your other friend. He should be here shortly, so perhaps we will wait for him.
Yes, Sir Basil, these are incredibly magical people. I don't think, I think all of that sort of things are, already handled.
oh, that's gonna be real nice, man. Being a wizard sounds pretty cool.
I assure you it is.
I just like the matter-of-fact way that Tam responds to everything. It's like, yes.
Yes, totes.
I will remind you, Mr. Tam, that we did catch you staring into the void this morning for opening up the wrong book. So, like, it's cool, but kind of scary.
And you're mentioning this in front of the Blackstaff, by the way.
He has, I don't
Which
know if you
is
know this
fine.
about Basil, zero disregard for any of that.
I mean, how many times have you gone catatonic while looking at a book?
I'll say that to the Blackstaff.
Catatonic.
I'm sure it's happened once or twice before.
Probably half a dozen times.
Yeah, see?
What do you guys do? Where do you guys find these books?
Yeah.
Magical
gone-
books can be most dangerous or most intriguing.
I've gone catatonic half a dozen times as well, but that was from being hit in the face during combat practice. So, life is dangerous in many ways.
Yes,
Okay.
I believe this is a somewhat different kind of catatonic.
I poisoned myself like 191 times before it stopped happening. So, I kind of get that, Peach. Like, so if I think about it, like every time you guys open a book, you're drinking a scary liquid. It kind of is like the same thing, right?
Yes, yes, it is. You're right.
Oh, I totally get it.
Peach pats Basil comfortingly.
And Vajra just kind of like sighs a little bit and is like looking over at Basil, and then she like has her hand on the black staff and she like goes bang bang with the black staff twice on the floor, and then she claps her hands twice, and then she like points and like swirls her finger at Basil. And then like it feels like Basil has like taken a shower and his hair is all nice and looking better and like he's completely clean.
My grime.
Ah,
My filth.
much better.
Some of that was valuable poison. I was keeping it there for, okay, well, sometimes the experiments gotta end, I guess. Number 43 did okay. All right, fine.
Your you're having an effect upon our atmosphere.
I use, like mint underneath certain areas of the body and between toes. I keep it healthy-ish. It's poison. Just don't lick me, generally.
Well,
I don't think
regardless,
I could
certainly
lick
you
you.
must feel much better now.
Yeah, no, it does feel pretty good. I hadn't bathed in like a few days, and there was this whole thing where we were grinding around in muck and filth, and there were like ghosts and ectoplasm everywhere. And then, I like kind of cleaned a kitchen with like my body at one point. It's been a while. It's been a while. Yeah. All right.
All right.
This very upright, very powerful wizard just sitting there listening to this.
I love the idea of giving the most powerful wizard the one she wanted the absolute least. For me, that is the most funny thing in the world. Like,
And so then we will have Cruz arrive.
And I'm just kind of out of breath because I've literally been zooming across the entire town.
Yeah.
Oh,
So, just
apologies, I'm here.
We're all relaxing.
This is very good tea, by the way.
Yeah.
And I just immediately go and I catch my breath immediately. Like, tea, you say?
Yes, it is magical tea. Look. And it's one of those teas where when you steep the leaves in it, sparkles come up. So every time you stir it, it's like a little glittering galaxy inside.
very
That is
cool.
very marvelous.
Cruz, just like you're thinking, I tried eating the leaves to see if it did it just in my mouth, and it didn't. So, that it kind of, I think it's like part of the cup.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Sir Basil. I wasn't thinking that, but I'm
Oh.
glad you're experimenting. And I guess at this point, Black Chef would also see the pin that I just received.
Do we
from
all see the
Emerald
pin?
Enclave.
Yeah, and she'll notice it, but she doesn't say anything. Doesn't even acknowledge it.
Got it.
What's
Why do I feel like we've entered like a bizarre frenemy situation with the Emerald Enclave and the Gray Hands Force Gray?
it does give the air of two exes that were once very close.
Yeah, yeah. Or like two best friends who are still best friends, but they take the absolute piss out of each other constantly.
That's
So,
probably
like real
closer.
best friend.
Yeah.
So, Vajra will then say, "Well, now that you're all here, I have something for, some of you." And she'll like open a drawer in her desk, and she takes out 3 items that look like they can be worn as either like a clasp or a brooch, and it's kind of like a dark gray metallic object that looks like a hand, fingers together like this, palm out.
Okay.
And she says, I'm afraid I don't seem to have a fourth on me currently. And these are magical to a degree where it is that they're somewhat difficult to make more of or come by more of. So 3 of you can have these. These are tokens of the Gray Hand. And these will get, they're magical items of which signify that you were now members of the Gray Hands, and may give you a magical benefit in dangerous encounters.
Basil just
Alright.
casts Identify immediately
Yeah,
in front
no,
of her on the thing.
If you don't think Basil's gonna do that, you have not been paying attention.
No.
I will certainly take one.
Alright, so the details on this is, while attuned to the token, you have advantage on charisma checks made to interact with civil officials of Waterdeep. That's
Damn.
including lords, magistrates, the watch, and the guard. If the token, so this requires attunement. And if the token ever becomes more than 5 feet away for you for more than 1 minute, it will vanish and reappear on your person. Now, what this gives is an ability called Dragon Ward Strike.
Oh.
Doesn't sound dangerous at all.
As a bonus action, you can call upon a Gaerun's Dragon Ward to bolster your next attack or the next spell you cast. If you choose to bolster an attack, the next melee weapon attack you make before the end of your turn has advantage and deals bonus force damage equal to your character level on a successful hit. If you choose to bolster a spell, the next spell you cast before the end of your turn is cast as if you had used a spell slot 1 level higher to cast it.
Oh,
Dang.
shit.
Dang.
Once you use this ability, you must finish a long rest before you can use it again.
One more
That's
level,
cool.
Tam. One more level, Tam, and you can have essentially a next level up fireball.
May I ask what the item's name is for the purposes of adding it in D&D Beyond?
I'm not sure if it's there because it's from a third-party supplement I'm using here.
Oh,
So,
okay.
It's called the Greyhand token. Here, I will.
Oh wow, I took a total swing and I named it correctly.
Why is this PDF not letting me select text and copy? Okay, here, I will do this.
Those on Discord, it's like a whole page worth of stuff.
I will post it in our chat.
Is it what level of rarity? Uncommon?
Uncommon wondrous item.
Can I be like, I can help you make more of these.
Well, due to the fact that they call upon Agaron's Dragon Ward, no, you cannot.
Wait, I mean, I can't do that part, but like, I can help you craft the magical vessel. That's like the hard part to do.
So the object itself without the enchantment.
Yeah, I can't, do fire dragon thing. I mean, I'm not a dragon. That'd be crazy. But all the other stuff, yeah, I can make it ready to go.
I'll take that under consideration.
Neat. Basil just picks one up. He's been holding it, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. When Peach reaches for his, he says, "I just wish to confirm, to be doubly sure. This will not bring me into conflict with," and he kind of shows the Lord's Alliance badge, like just to Bashra though.
And she'll just shake her head, and then you'll hear something inside your head saying, "There are many there are many who are employed in both factions."
Oh, wonderful! What a blessing! Thank you. And he takes the Greyhand token.
Okay.
Yes, I can't wait to try this out.
Oh man.
Mm-hmm.
Tam blows up the party. I'm just calling it now.
Shadowed.
Upcasting some spells.
Again,
I can't wait.
You better be scared when level 5 happens that he's gonna upcast that fireball every time.
I think because of what I've picked, have access to Fireball as well.
Nice.
Oh, God.
I can help.
Wait, but you're half caster. How do you have access to fireball?
I think it's at level. Oh, sorry, it's at level 9. I think is when that happens.
Yeah, okay.
So
I
we
was
got
just
time.
saying.
We have time to buff ourselves against your shenanigans.
Now, for one of your first missions. I have a nagging feeling that there's evil brewing in Waterdeep. Evil beyond that. of the petty violence of street thugs warring in the streets. I want you, all of you, to seek out Hlam, a monk who lives in a cave on the side of Mount Waterdeep. Ask him what he's heard about threats to the city. But try not to annoy him or overstay your welcome.
So I shouldn't talk then?
No, I should talk to him.
Okay.
Chad, I
Did
just
you-
want to say you really make it difficult not to mess with the names of these characters.
Did you say phlegm?
Plum.
Hlam.
A plum? Like a plum, but with an A?
Hlam.
No, I'm sure it's the same guy that we were rescuing. He just became a monk now.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Wait, what about Aldaris?
Oh god, Aldaris is dead! Oh, we can ask him where Aldaris went.
Mm-hmm. He may actually be part of the same order of monks.
Oh, awkward.
Mm.
What a sparkling first impression we must have made on his order then.
Mm-hmm.
Does Tom have a last name, or is it just like Monk Tom, or is it is there an order I should ingratiate myself with? You said to not annoy him, and that's all I'm gonna really do at this point. So any information you can give me would be great.
I would imagine that whatever monk we find in a cave in Mount Waterdeep will be the right one.
I can give you directions.
Ah,
But-
there we go.
Yes,
Easy.
it's rather hard to miss. I do have one other potential mission also for you. Do you wish to hear it, or do you wish to tackle this one first?
No, let's
Let
hear
us
this
hear
one.
it. Yes.
Well, I've been hearing that there have been sightings of a young bronze dragon. It seems to have taken up residence in Deepwater Harbor. It's startled a few sailors recently, but it doesn't seem to. It doesn't really. It hasn't hurt anyone yet. It doesn't seem to pose much threat. But, metallic dragons are usually good. But just to make sure, I'd like you all to pay it a visit and learn its intentions. If you wish to undertake that mission, I have some items that you might need.
Yes, well, I mean, I don't speak for everyone, but I would say let's do them both.
I've always
Yes,
wanted
sir.
to see a dragon for real.
I have no qualms with either of the missions. Just if whatever we do find out about the dragon, do you just want us to report back, or
Yes,
there anything in
it, we just need to make sure that it doesn't pose any threat to the citizens of Waterdeep.
I see,
We need to make sure that it has good intentions,
of course.
which it probably does, being a metallic dragon. But we need to make
Never hurts.
sure.
Okay, so first two missions: speak to a smelly guy in a cave, or talk to a cool metallic dragon. So what do you guys want to do first?
I feel like I know what Basil wants to do first.
He has made.
And he's
It's
already
very
hoping that
obvious.
there's some. He's already hoping that there's some leftover scales that just happen to fall off.
Oh
Really?
no!
I
What
thought
could
he
we do
wanted-
with these?
I thought he wanted to take scrapings off the spelling man.
I mean, he was gonna be excited about cave moss. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, I am looking at the map actually to be a bit meta about it, and I feel like the dragon is closer to us.
Where was it exactly?
You said Deepwater Isle, right?
Deepwater Harbor.
Harbor.
Yeah. Deep water.
So there is a isle, obviously called Deepwater Isle, and it looks like there's a little harbor on it. So
Yeah, that looks
Yeah.
like it might be it.
Yeah. So it would be Yeah, so yeah, it's where those basically near where the docks are, off Deepwater Isle.
Where's
Um,
Mount Waterdeep?
Mount Waterdeep is closer to you, actually.
Oh,
Oh,
Really?
wait,
Yes.
is
Check
it
some
this?
cave moss out. Let's go.
Right there.
What is? It's this right here. Oh my god. There's a mountain in the
Oh.
middle of the city.
Wait, where is it? I'm sorry. Oh, it's down there? Okay. Hey, look at that.
Hmm.
There you go.
In that case, it might be easier if we went to Mount Waterdeep first and then swung down to the harbor.
Yeah, it's like on the way.
Mm. And then we could just
technically
make a
speaking-
circle around, yeah.
And if we needed to, we could also like detour in the yawning portal for any reason too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like how long could these quests even take? Right? You're just talking to a guy in a cave. It couldn't be that crazy, right? That's crazy.
couldn't.
No way.
Yeah.
Is this something that we could do all in one day?
Just as like DM meta thing, in Waterdeep Dragon Heist as it's written, there's a grand total of like half a paragraph for each of these missions.
Oh.
But I found a PDF on DM's Guild, which then fleshes these out into like entire side quests.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh.
Hmm.
Okay.
So
Are they going to be fun, level appropriate adventures?
yes,
Like, I don't know, the
14
City
ghosts?
of the Dead?
no,
14 ghosts.
you should be over leveled for them this time.
Okay, great.
He's gonna give us all this false confidence, and then he's gonna throw like 5 ghosts at us.
Yeah, we're gonna get into the map, and it's gonna be nothing but hallways.
Not to mention like 15 tripwire traps that you're gonna have to physically disarm.
That freaking ridiculous door disarming
Warehouse.
sequence.
Yep. Yep.
It's that trap from Curse of Strahd where if you step on something, it reverses gravity and insta kills you from fall damage. That's fun
Oh.
too.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, God.
But just, reaction featherfall. Everything will be fine.
Mm.
Uh-huh. Yep. Oh, let me check. Don't have it. Okay, great.
So there is a city guard post near the base of Mount Waterdeep, near the trail that will take you up to Plum's Cave. I will make sure that they know to await your arrival.
Oh,
Thank you.
excellent. Thank you.
And we're probably going to see about swinging by the down over at the southern ports there to see about this dragon issue. You said there was items we possibly would need?
Ah, yes. And then she'll like turn around and open a chest behind her desk, and she brings out 4 vials, and these are potions of water breathing.
Ooh.
Is it bad to say that I can't swim?
Oh, it's fine. You just drink this, then you can basically walk underwater, so you're fine.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, so we is this preventative or will we need this to get there?
Well,
I was assuming that we were going on a boat.
the dragon does seem to be living in the water, in the harbor.
Oh.
Ah,
You guys just don't take this whenever you go to like the shore?
Not a normal thing there, so Basil.
No.
Not my parents would make me. Okay, all right. Listen, learning a lot about my parents.
Basil can also probably make more of these very easily.
Yeah.
Think of it as a secondary bath for you there, Sir Basil.
I mean, I take baths. I say all of the time. Most of the time is the more correct terminology. But no, it's just like, I don't know, whenever we'd go to the ocean, I would drink one, so just in case I fell in the water and my parents didn't want to come and get me, I could just walk out. That wasn't just looking around for approval that this is normal in any capacity. Okay, meet a lot
I
of
just
life
go ahead
skills.
pat him on the head. It's okay. It's okay.
I suppose it does make sense. You cannot fly out of the water like I would be able to.
Yes,
Wait.
and saying if your parents didn't want to come get you, I think is very telling.
Well, they were busy like reading books and sitting on the beach and talking with their friends. I'm hearing it as it's coming out of my mouth. I get it.
You're their
Yeah.
son. You'd think they want to pay a little bit more attention to you.
I'm here, Cruz. I'm hearing it.
Okay. Well,
Never said this out loud before to anyone because I never had to because I didn't really have a lot of people to talk to my parents about with stuff. I'm just looking at the black hand. Hey, so I'm sorry about you being here for any of this.
Peach has while Basil started going into full on word barf mode, started edging himself between Basil and the Blackstaff and kind of holding out one wing and saying, "We apologize together."
I'm just
Yes.
sitting here like, I don't even know if an apology's worth it at this point. I think she's committed to the bit at this point. She's gotten all four of us here helping. I apologize, but I don't think it's going to be worth it after the next 5 times.
You're all still here. Be gone. Go on. Do your missions.
Yeah. No. See, that sounds
Let
right.
us-
That sounds like a noble.
Let us take our leave now. Blackstaff, thank you, and I am sorry.
Yes. Thank you for the apology. It's all understood.
Peach does a very courtly bow, just like his papa taught him, and it is the correct level of courtesy that the Blackstaff would require, and leaves after Tam.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yes.
When I was prestidigitated, did that clean the liquid that dripped underneath me as well?
Yes.
Okay. Dang. All right. I can't have Basil slip and fall on the way out. Fine. I guess you win. Basil bows and leaves with everyone else.
Of course, I just do a similar courtly bow and head out.
Alrighty.
And now
So.
you know where we're going.
Yep.
Now the question is, we seem to have had a fairly full day today. Now, do we start all this right now? What
We didn't.
time is it anyway?
It would be mid to late afternoon, say 4 p.m.
Yeah, so do we start this now, or do we go home and rest for the night and start it in the morning?
The question is, we were just given these assignments. Was she expecting us to finish them?
Do you want to
as
go
soon
back
as
and ask?
possible? I would not
No.
recommend that.
No,
Oh.
do not go
all right.
back there and ask.
But Basil's like turning around.
Well, you guys were there with them, or with her much longer. Did you get the idea that she wanted this done in a more frantic pace, or?
Not
think-
necessarily, no.
Yes, I think it is a do as soon as possible, but there's no imminent threat of danger.
Alright, well,
They both do seem more like intelligence gathering missions.
it seems so. And I'd imagine you guys haven't had much outside of the afternoon sandwiches I gave you out.
That's where the sandwich came from. That makes so much sense.
Yes, you were like nodding off as I was handing it to you, and then the moment I turned around to say goodbye, you had rolled right into it. Right into your face, actually. A bunch of mustard on you.
It was
I
pretty
just left
comfy.
you there. There was nothing I can do.
Yeah, that prestidigitation cleaned me right up. So,
Yes, I bought a gun.
I'm.
What?
What?
Like
Yes.
the black powder that they're talking about?
No. One that shoots bolts.
Oh, like a light crossbow?
Oh, so you have a
Yes.
crossbow.
Yes.
Wait.
And I'll move my robe, and I'll show everybody my harness and get it hanging down.
Is that the
The-
one I sold last night?
The cursed phrase "sexy Santa conceal carry" just entered my brain, and I am inflicting it on all of you right now.
And that's why Yoy is my favorite person on the internet.
I don't know what to say, honestly. I mean,
I didn't know you were looking
I
for
didn't
one.
expect you to be packing, as it were, there, Satan.
Yes, well, I figured that, we are trying to stay within the law, and a lot of the things that I do are fairly lethal. So I
So
thought
what
maybe
better than to shoot someone in the face with a crossbow bolt?
Oh my god, I have so many bolts. You have no under. Oh, I start immediately just flipping my cloak aside, and I have just rows and rows of different various bolts. We can be bolt buddies.
Yeah, that's great. That sounds
Uh,
fantastic.
Peach kind of drifts behind them to keep pace with Cruz and says, I guess this really is how humans bond.
It would seem so, but who knew that it would turn into firearms, really? That would be the bonding material?
I guess.
Oh, well. I'll personally stick to my darts and longswords.
So, Mr. Tam, this is all. I just hand him. It's like a long vial with bolts dipped into it that they come out, and it's like a super dark purple liquid. So this is like a sleeping one. You shoot them and they'll fall asleep. So here you go.
Oh, fantastic.
There's 5.
Here's the 5.56, and here's the 7.62, and here's a little 10mm while we're at it, you know? Let me show you my snub nose, by the way.
If you shoot somebody with these, they'll melt. So that's fun too. Like, melt the person.
The bolt will melt, or the person will melt.
Well, the hole will melt. Technically, it's not the force going in, but it's the acid burning through that's actually causing the wound. So
yes. See,
yeah.
I was going for something less lethal.
Okay, yeah, no, I heard it when I said. I got really excited when I was making these because like you can never really melt through stuff very easily. So I was like, cool. And then I didn't really fire them at anyone yet. So let me look around, and I'm just like turning my belts all around, looking at the different bolts I have. I do have little tiny healing potion ones.
Sweet.
Of course, that's the third priority item that you hand out.
Yeah, right.
I just forgot that they existed because, you make them and then you're just kind of like, okay, these are things I have, and you shove them in a bag somewhere.
All right, so back to the manor to rest and then tackle a mission on the next day? Is that what the plan is?
Do we officially open tomorrow?
You could have officially opened today.
Oh, right. We should do that ASAP.
Yes,
I don't think we would have opened today just because the day before today was so traumatic for everybody involved.
And also today we were busy going to all the different organizations.
Mm-hmm.
And you're keeping track of like the money and stuff, right, Hoods?
Yeah. So currently in the pot before we open for this 10-day. Hold on. I gotta scroll all the way up here. So we had 191, and then we prepaid for this 10-day to open up, which means we have 131 left in the bank. Last night I added 42 to that, so we have 173 in the bank at the end of this current 10-day of operations.
All right, go ahead and drop in another 57 from mine.
Okay. 173 plus 57.
Put me at around 80, so that's
230
something to work with.
Exactly, which should keep us. I mean, that's another month basically on top of this first 10-day.
Included in those expenses is like having hired like a bartender and a couple servers.
Yeah, that's the minus 60 right of the full operation.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. So we're all set up for that. But,
Yep.
So, in fact, actually, then when you return this evening, you'll find those people there prepping stuff for tomorrow.
We're just like, who are you people? Get out of here!
Who are you?
You hired us.
oh God! It's been such a long day. There was a ghost last night that I felt like my soul left my body, so I just kind of forgot.
Not this ghost, of course. Says Peach, helpfully gesturing to Liff, who flexes, I guess.
Lift's probably not showing himself.
Lift kind of like materializes, and like the broom that was like sweeping along by itself, it now shows that like Lift has been holding it.
As in,
I'll say to the bartender,
your name was again.
What's all
Bartleby,
their
sir.
names, Shadow?
wait, what was that?
Bartleby.
Bartleby. Ah, yes. Sorry. Yes. Bartleby, is everything in order?
Yeah, yes, sir. Everything should be ready for an opening tomorrow.
Ah, fantastic.
Just
We
making
might not be around all day tomorrow.
just making sure all the appropriate kegs are tapped and hooked up to the taps and all that good business.
Ah, well, that sounds fantastic.
Do you wish to have a glass of ale, sir?
No, I'm more of a milkman.
Milk. Huh.
Yes.
Do we have that in stock in the kitchen?
Probably not.
I will make sure
Do-
that we keep at least a pint or two in stock just for you, sir.
Ah, thank you very much. It does do a body good. You know, I used to get it from Doran over at the Yawning Portal, and he used to very much overcharge me for it, and he thought I didn't know.
Well, you are my employer, sir. Then surely wouldn't you drink it for free here?
Oh, yes, I assumed so. I was just sharing a story, that's all.
Oh yes, of course. Just trying to be professional, sir.
All right. Good night, Bartleby.
Good night, sir.
And then the old
Oh.
man just shuffles up the stairs.
I'll walk up the stairs.
Basil will hop up. I just like lean over the counter. If you guys find a book here, don't touch it. Just let us know that you found a book. If it just shows up, no one touch it. And I hop down, like I've told everyone else.
Okie dokie.
I imagine Peaches will be heading out as well shortly.
Yeah,
To go
I
back
have to go
home.
back to my dad.
Oh my gosh.
My dad doesn't want me to sleep in a dump.
We gotta get this actually set up properly so you don't have to travel back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
Just 800 more gold.
We'll eventually get it set up so that way you can actually have your own room here, so Peaches.
That would be
Okie dokie.
quite lovely, but I think I will miss having my child's room above my father's shop.
I mean, you could always visit. It's not like you have to leave forever. You're still in the same city.
Oh. I have to remember my father is very dramatic about me moving out sometimes.
Ah, I see. Well, it is something that must happen at some point with all children.
He says that a lot too.
Well, as long as you both are understanding, that's all that matters.
I think so. Now I must tell him about my day.
All right. Do you need a person along the way, or you got it on the way back this time?
We could walk together. It was very fun last time. And who knows, maybe we will run into the same mysterious entities, and this time you won't fall off a roof.
Yeah, I'm still feeling a bit of that twinge in my back. It was not a pleasant landing.
Maybe
That's,
there is some magic for that. We can ask Tam tomorrow.
Yeah, I think it's best, considering what he's been through, to just let him rest now. And same with Sir Basil. He seems like he's been working himself stiff.
And so again, when you make it to the street, that Peach's dad's house is on. Make me
Oh,
perception
good
checks.
That's a 20 for me.
16 for me.
Okay, so Peach, you do notice that there seems to be a hooded figure that seems to be kind of like lingering at the far end of the street that's maybe watching you.
Hmm. Peach whispers out the side of his beak, "Oh, there is a figure there again."
Best not to pay attention to it right now. We don't want to draw attention to us being in the know.
"Yes, I don't want you to be ambushed on your way back. La la la. We don't know you're there." He's saying this very quietly.
Well, maybe this time I can catch him.
So Peach goes into his dad's place and is going to switch into lighter armor and wiggle out the window again.
Okay.
You know,
And-
because what Cruz said made it sound like he was going to pursue the figure,
There's
right?
like 100% chance that
Yeah,
I'm gonna
exactly.
pursue.
Like, I'm not going to split the party extra. We already have Gunslinger Santa is off the roster.
And man, he's missed right now. We could use him.
Yeah, so
I would probably, similar to the other night, find a spot to do the switch.
Mm-hmm.
And this time, let's see if we can actually not fall on the first freaking roll.
So what? You want to try and jump up onto a rooftop again?
Wherever the eyes are coming from, I'm most likely going to try and go for it. Like, I'm just going to find a spot where I can very easily slink into the shadows and
Well, so
beeline straight for it.
it was like at the far end of the street, like kind of like
yeah, not on the roof. So you don't
Yeah.
need to climb a roof this time. Yeah.
I don't, so I just need to not trip on the floor. It'll be fantastic.
All right. So, since it took a period for Peach to enter and like talk to his dad and then like sneak out the window, and like Cruz has like wandered off to a nearby alley to like switch into the aviary, I need you both to make perception checks again for me.
Ready? 19.
7.
Okay.
Somehow I've gone fully stupid upon leaving my room.
It's like, hey, I
Um,
knew they were here.
The hooded figure seems to have disappeared from where it was, and you're not quite sure. Like, you don't see it around.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Do you wish to
So it
try
only
and
went
track
to-
it?
I guess so, yeah. At this point, I'm going to try and go to where it was and see if I can find any tracks or
Okay.
anything in particular.
In that case,
Can
make...
I?
Go ahead.
I would be trying to find the figure from the air because I would be flying now.
Okay.
So may I provide help, I guess, to Cruz, I mean, the aviary, tracking.
right.
Yeah. So you can make a survival check to try and track it, and so with help.
So that would be an advantage, right?
Yeah.
Okay. First one. 8. Second
Oof.
one. Much better. But not much.
Oh,
No, that's not gonna cut it.
ah,
You can find like some like scuff marks in the dirt, kind of like where the figure had been like lingering around, but you're unable to find any conclusive marks that would definitively belong to that figure, like leading away from that spot.
Damn.
Peach lands beside Cruz and says, "Perhaps next time we should pursue directly."
Problem is that would get your father involved.
Oh. Becoming an adult is very, very confusing.
Yes, it is. Nothing much we can do about it now, though. Just keep an eye out and keep your buildings locked down.
I will do that. Good night, my friend.
Good night. Sleep well.
I fly back home and I go back through my window.
Okay.
And I make my way back over Troll Skull Alley, but I'm obviously, just because there's a possible chance I'm still being watched, I'd be taking like a very indirect route to make it a little bit harder for them to keep track of me.
Mm-hmm. Make me another perception check for on your way back.
Come on,
Oh.
dude.
Oh, ow.
Oh no.
That was
Nat.
a nat 1 for those who do
One.
not see it.
Yeah.
Oof.
So
Three bad rolls in a row.
a 6. Yep. You do not perceive anything out of the ordinary on your way home.
Thinking instinctually, like, I am paranoid, I'd probably detour out away from Troll Skull and make my way over to the Yawning Portal for the night instead.
Okay.
Just because I don't want to possibly get our group involved.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, since it'll now be overnight, Tam, will you do a roll?
Oh, yes.
Fantastic.
These out here.
Need tense music here.
It's just
The Jeopardy thinking sound.
yeah.
Especially because like I can't see Drew.
Yeah.
Right.
You gonna fake us out 3 times?
No, everything is fine. Tam gets a good night's sleep and wakes up in the morning.
Good.
And then he dies.
All right. Well, should we call it there then?
I think that's a pretty good spot.
We can start the next session fresh and ready for 2 missions even, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It looks like what will probably be the case is that Tam and Basil will be doing their normal thing, and then probably me and Peaches would arrive at similar times afterwards. Just so we have the chronological in order for next time.
Yeah.
It was pretty tense throughout that day in case something went sideways because I had no spells left.
Oh.
Yeah,
I did
I
long
figured
rest.
with all those identifies, you were out.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Just the 2 identifies even.
No,
There's got 1 slot left at that point.
I knew that this session would be pretty roleplay heavy.
Yeah.
And
I do want to say I hope it wasn't too much like overbearing with the backstory stuff for you guys, because I know it can get like a person just keeps talking and talking and talking and be a bit of a droll.
That's fine.
All right, cool.
And then I did the math in my head, and I was like, well, I have to roll a saving throw for Basil to see if he does the math. And then I couldn't make him not do the math. Like it was like so obvious. And then he said barn owl, and I was like, I mean, I can't. There's no way I can hand wave this for Basil.
Yeah, this is what I was kind of hoping for. I was like, man,
and then Tam
this
bails
seems
on
like
me.
a cool thing to hook in.
And then there is Peach, of course, who is so well adjusted that literally everything just bounces off of him.
And the absolute worst person in the world to talk to about like this would be Basil. Like another fully emotionally stunted person is not where you go for advice or help or emotional support.
And Tam keeping to his word of trying to be basically, I don't care, just completely circumventing the whole thing and didn't say a word.
In improv speak, I asked for help, and Tam was like, "I'm gonna help outside," and just turned. And it was great. That whole scene was it was a cacophony, a symphony of errors in the best way.
Yeah.
I loved it because I could just like sit back and let you all just do your thing, and like I didn't have to do anything.
Yeah.
It makes you like, man, if I needed to go and work on something else real quick on the background that I forgot about, here you go.
No, not even that. I was just like, oh, I wonder if I can find a picture of Lef.
First you spawn it right next to me and everyone thought like, whoa, what's this?
Whoa. I was
It's
like,
the
oh,
soul
dang.
of Harlan.
Yeah. I was just going, oh, man. Shadowed really does not like this backstory. He just wants to nip it in the bud.
Shit.
No, I was like, Lef's token is right here.
Great. Yeah, Peach just having it fully deflect off themselves. I like me as a player, I'm like, and then me as Basil, I'm just like, why won't you understand? Because he has none of that carrying to him yet, because he's not an adult, really. Like
Yeah.
I'm
Like, there's a lot of juiciness that comes with, oh, by the way, Peach, you had like a clutch brother, and also that brother is dead now, and you never knew about it. How do you feel? Question,
And if
question, question.
and if a week or so or however many days
Yeah.
Cruz came there, you would have actually been raised by Cruz instead.
But then I also could have gotten shot through the knee and then died, so maybe it was for the best. We don't know,
Well,
but
it was the
yeah.
navel, so it was like the neck
Yeah.
for Harlan, but yeah. It was
Uh,
good.
yeah. But then I thought, no, I mean, the whole thing about Peach is that he's like the very like, oh, I just take everything as it comes and everything just, water off a duck's back, as the proverb goes. But like wind off
Here's
an owl's wings, maybe.
yeah.
here's the thing. Because you're gonna do what you always do with your character and tell your father literally everything. And he's gonna sit there like, oh,
Yeah.
oh my.
Yeah. Peach is 100% telling his father everything. I don't know how his father is going to feel about that.
I do like that we got to call back to it later too, when you put Peach in the Lord's Alliance without like talking it over with anyone. You just did it, and then Basil's like, what do you mean?" And
Yeah.
it's that moment of like, oh, they're like people can get along, but there is a wild disconnect between actual communication and like superficial communication. And I thought that was a nice like groundwork laying scene of the so this is where the conflict is here.
Yeah. Like, you always want to have some level or some kernel of a conflict within a character because, that's what makes them interesting, narratively speaking, and the ways that they don't get along or the ways that they have not necessarily like active antagonism against other characters, but just different gravitational pulls, narratively speaking, with other characters. That's kind of what makes a dynamic interesting. So I thought, in an ideal world, Peach would, yes, go and confide in his friends that he feels conflicted. But then again, he's only known these people for a week. I don't think the
Yeah.
emotional weight of these relationships is enough that he quite feels, oh, independence feelings. How do I deal with that? So,
Oh yeah.
yeah, so I feel like having Basil's parental issues come up in this session and then also having Peach's, not as loud, but definitely still there parental issues come up alongside them is, was a better way of it to appear, I guess, in the lore.
it's always so fascinating because it literally Basil and Peach are like two sides of the same coin in the sense
Yeah,
of
yeah.
parental issues but like Basil in the complete opposite of Peach is like, I'm gonna trust these people immediately. They were nice to me. We own property together. I am full 100% in. Here's all my money. Here's all my trust. I trust everyone. We're all going to do everything together. We're best friends. And so when that inevitably has to crash in some capacity, he's in for a very rude awakening about what it means to like actually have real relationships. And that's like I've been winding that chain up for a bit of
Yeah.
just full in.
Yeah, for Peach, I think he gives 100% of his heart to anything, but the size of that 100% is very different depending on who the entities involved are. So it's like, yeah, he really likes this group. This group is so nice. He loves them even. They're so great and wonderful to fight alongside and tell jokes with and learn things about, all that sort of thing. But then when his father says something, he obeys his father. Like, so there you go.
Yeah, I love the little interaction between Basil and Peach when Basil was like, "You can make your own decisions," and Peach is like, "What? That's not a thing."
Mhm.
Adult life? What?
It's like, well, what do you want?
Yeah, it's good all around.
Zhao's just sitting there very silently.
Uh-huh.
It's been, as it turns to DM, it's been pretty fun for you because you just get to lay back and
Yep.
you don't have to worry too much.
Uh-huh.
It's been jam packed. We had Tam start out being comatose, and it ended with us deciding to go see an old man and a dragon. Like jam packed.
Yep.
Also, Tam is now carrying a light crossbow, which is hilarious to me.
The fact that you called it a gun was so stressful.
Yeah, because in Waterdeep, guns have not appeared yet, right? In the timeline of the canon, they're still a super new tech, correct?
Yeah, they're very new. They do exist.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, black
I mean,
powder
like
is like a
gunpowder
thing.
was made like several hundred years earlier.
Yeah.
Like cannons are a thing. I just wasn't sure on the status of guns being invented in Waterdeep.
You may at some point in a few sessions meet some characters who have guns.
Tam, do not get any ideas.
May
Let
or may
us
not
make
have
this gun.
anything to do with the hooded figures that Peach and the Aviary keep seeing.
Oh
You guys
god,
are
the hooded
chasing after them?
The hooded figure is a gun being carried by Mage Hand.
Oh my god. This whole time.
This whole time. That's why we can't track it.
I just thought of a crazy, sinister backstory to my parents. I don't like that. I don't. This whole discussion of black powder. It's like, oh, you got to make people make that. Oh.
Uh-oh.
No. Why do they have so much money?
Oh no. You know
Hmm.
what? You know what? Basil burns down Raytheon would be a very good story hook.
Yeah, so that's for you, Shadow. I don't know if you want to. You don't have to do anything with that. It was just one of those dire thoughts of like, oh no.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, who makes black powder? Pfft, alchemists, obviously. What do my parents do? Oh no.
They cornered the black market for guns.
I keep trying to make my parents like richer and richer every time I tell a backstory thing of like like to such an extreme degree because I find it hilarious that they are like super wealthy because they're apothecaries for some reason. It's like your local pharmacist has like 4 yachts and like 9 cars. It's like, well, how do we get there?
Is this a commentary on the current modern day American insurance system? What did
No,
the Shadow Crew
that's
mean by
crazy.
this?
Okay, so
Listen, Shadow, you can't get out of your scathing views on American healthcare. We understand. We know we're reading between the lines.
Drew, any final thoughts on tonight's session and anything you want to plug?
Pull that ripcord.
I would like to say that I think black powder is definitely a thing, only because I like to think that all of the Faerun campaigns that have happened on this channel are all in the same like universe. So like definitely like we could run into Malik at some point. You know, like I think like those characters actually
Mhm.
exist at the same time. And since we had Black Powder in the last campaign,
Yep.
then it would stand to reason that, it
No,
would exist.
I confirm it definitively exists.
Yeah.
Like
People saying that like guns don't exist in my D&D campaign, it's entirely possible.
like
Most of the
Because
time it's set in the 1400s. 1100s was when China like made gunpowder.
like
mm,
like a lot of like Faerun, Sword Coast, Forgotten Realm stuff is like magical Renaissance, not medieval ages, but like late Renaissance, like just on the verge of industrialization.
Hmm.
Yeah.
yeah. And there have been many, many, many iterations of incredibly not exactly shitty, but not optimal gun builds throughout history. Like early guns were not good. They were garbage.
Well, you're talking about the fact that if you might get yourself shot just by shooting it?
Hmm.
It just
Friendly fire isn't friendly. Shocking.
it does feel like it would be less of an issue to build when you just have random people just casting like finger guns that shoot real magic bullets out of them, right? Like
Mhm.
guns stop meaning nearly as much as they did in our life, where you can't magically shoot finger guns and have them be real
Yeah.
bullets.
To
Or
slightly
literally have a DJ power word kill you just because they don't like you.
to slightly redact for spoilers, there is a future NPC creature that is literally redacted gunslinger.
Oh, right.
Fun.
We saw the picture.
You saw the picture.
We saw the picture. We
But-
saw the gun.
But how much do we as like just casual everyday citizens know about firearms in general?
You've heard that they exist.
Okay.
I'm sure Basil has like run across a few people who are like super into them, but doesn't care about any of that.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, one of your intern buddies was like the budding gun nut.
Yeah, everyone knows one of those people where they like know every make and model of gun, and that all the numbers and letters bounce off my head. And so I've had that happen to me in real life where I'm just like, I'm loving that you're into this. Super cool. I have to play video games to survive. Don't understand.
Okay, back to Drew.
Yes.
Sorry for the
Right.
tangent.
Everything I know about guns I learned from video games.
Legit.
But yes, this was a great session. I thought I liked that. I'm glad that Shadow gets to have the night off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was nice of him. I enjoyed all the lore drop stuff. Um, I so when we leveled up, I took a feat called what is it? Shadow touched, I think.
Shadow touched.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's and the description is your contact with the Shadowfell gives you like these different powers. And I was like, I really wanted a way to explain that away. I don't want to just be like, oh, yes, I have all this shit now.
So,
So
mysterious magical book that sends you over to Shadowfell. Easy.
yeah, so I asked Shadow about it and he was like, yeah, that sounds cool.
Yep.
I mean, it does make sense. You stared into the face of a ghost that totally didn't age you 50 years. Instead of that, it just catapulted you into the Shadowfell.
Right, yeah.
Tomato, tomato.
I like that Tam's library is essentially a gateway into how Tam levels up. Like stuff can just magically pop up there if it needs to.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
Ooh, I like the idea of that.
Mm-hmm. Anything to plug there, Drew?
Oh yeah, you can find me at Drew the Damager on Twitch. I stream on Sundays where I'm currently doing Final Fantasy VI. And then on Tuesdays I'm usually doing a Annapurna Interactive game or some other sort of story-based game.
Have you
And
played
hopefully,
Lorelei?
what's that?
Lorelei and the Laser Eyes? Have you played it yet?
Oh, I haven't. No, because it's still full price. I'm
Right.
waiting for it to. Yeah, I'm waiting for
Fair
it to come
enough.
down a little bit. Um, but I think that's all I have
All right.
for now. Oh, I'll try to get my webcam to work so it works next time.
Mm-hmm.
But I enjoyed Sexy Santa.
Yes.
But the mouth of a sexy Santa
He's-
doesn't move whenever Drew speaks.
Mm-hmm. Oh
I will
no.
say
I
that dude way more handsome than I am. I mean, look at him.
Now I'm just
Does look pretty
imagining like
good.
Tam the VTuber.
God.
Yes.
Anime
Good
girl
stuff.
Tam.
Oh no.
Okay, that one's too far
He-
for me. That's
he's-
We're going way far with that one.
I mean, it's the classic "How do you do, fellow kids?" He's trying really hard to understand Basil here. Okay, he heard it was the newest thing at the apothecary schools. He thought, maybe this will help Basil feel more at ease amongst the group. No, it does the exact opposite.
This is why you should have taken minor illusion and or like disguise self or something. And this is like, whoop! Now you're now you're an anime girl.
Yeah,
Basil's
right.
fully breaking down all of Hololive and all of their different generations to you.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
All right. Well, I guess we should maybe move on. Tilted.
I love these outros. They go on for almost an hour sometimes now.
I know, right?
Usually about
We're
half an
very
hour.
sorry, chat.
Tilted. Any final thoughts about today's session and anything you want to plug?
So yeah, I mean, this was fantastic session. I felt like almost every person here got to flesh out the character a bit more. Obviously, just for the fact that I literally lore dumped half my backstory, kind of just came with it. But I did appreciate that I was able to go ahead and twist in some things that adds a little bit of possible story beats for later. And in general, it was just a really fun night. Gotta love the fact that we have a very loaded up old man with a crossbow now. The fact that he's got a whole sling apparatus for him is fantastic too. Um, in general, also, I feel like, funnily enough, like the central theme of this particular episode was just parental stuff, like parenting in general and how kids are transitioning to adulthood and stuff like that. And I found that a very interesting like concept that was just kind of expanded on. It wasn't even something that was intentionally put in; it just happened that way. So that was nice that I grew organically from that. But yeah, I had a fantastic time. These guys are always awesome. And the fact that we got 4 sessions in 1 month, crazy guys. But thank you, Shadowed, as always. I really do appreciate that
Mm-hmm.
for all you've done for us, and thank you all these wonderful people that I'm also streaming here with. And of course, you can catch me over at twitch.tv/tilted gaming with a 1 instead of the I on the first one. And I stream on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Obviously, I didn't stream tonight, but I'll be streaming Saturdays and Sundays, and that'll probably be some like multiplayer stuff with one of my other friends. So definitely go check it out. And yeah, you guys have a good one.
All right. Hoodie.
Had a fun time. It was pretty fun.
Yay.
We had fun together. I get no more joy in life than when I get to play a character absolutely making an ass of themselves in front of a very like regal figure. The whole Blackstaff scene was everything I wanted it to be. Where it's like all the weirdness of the small little goober guy exposed.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
And then getting magically cleaned.
Yeah,
Yep.
it was a perfect culmination of everything. The idea that she came for the 2 fighters who are like the frontline people and got the 2 backline people and like the worst one, Basil, the little oddball, just brings me the player Hoodie just so much joy deep down inside.
I
Because
mean, we're still helping though.
so good. Huge fan of all the narrative stuff that went on.
Yeah, I don't know if it was really caught very well, but it was implied that the missing one Greyhand token was the one meant for Basil.
That's why Basil picked one up and just went with it. It was like it's perfect. It was perfect. All of it too, because he has it latched on to his bow tie, so the gray hand is just over the bow tie, which is everything I want. So yeah, I play video games sometimes. So I really I want to play Lorelei and Laser Eyes on stream because once again it's by the no, oh my god, not No More Heroes. What are they? What's that? Sayonara Wild Hearts. Played the game a million times. Can't remember the name. One of the best games that's ever been made. I want to play that and the Curse of the Golden Idol on stream. I have to. I don't know when. And then I also do D&D sometimes on Sunday. Not this Sunday, because it's sometimes.
Okay.
It's not this Sunday.
Not the Sunday.
I just played through Sayonara Wild Hearts like 2 weeks ago.
It's a transcendent experience.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah.
You sit down, you play all of it, you feel things, and then it's over, and you're like, oh, that's a video game. Oh my god, a truck. That's the name of the channel. Almost forgot. I'm done.
Thank you. And Gubby. Yoy.
Hey.
How you doing over there?
I'm doing great. I mean, again, I think everyone's gone over all the reasons that this session was so great. I love how every successive session Drew finds a new way to fake out Tam maybe being dead, and then no, he's actually not. And I just feel like when the time comes, because, statistically, it's going to happen at some point. I feel like when the time finally comes, all of us are just going to be so inured to the fake outs that when he actually does die, we're going to be like, wait a minute, what? We're not going to be ready to deal with it.
It's going to happen like right before a big boss fight.
Oh yeah.
For all we know, it might happen next session.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
And even if Tam does die, there might be something very interesting very far down the road in Dungeon of the Mad Mage concerning Tam.
Excuse
Ooh.
me?
He's got to live.
I don't even know what
Resurrection.
Shadow's talking about.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, if Tam dies, Tam will be dead. But there'll be interesting stuff about Tam very far down the road.
Oh, you can't just leave this here. I must know more. You can't do this.
Little raccoon DM.
The raccoon fingers.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my god, is Tam gonna be a what do you call it? We have to break the phylactery.
A lich?
A lich?
A lich, yeah.
No, not a lich.
I feel like things would have happened by now if you were a lich.
Right.
Maybe that's just Tam goes to die and he can't.
He's already a lich, he just doesn't know it.
He accidentally
That's
liched.
it. He's unlocked his true potential through death.
Have you ever heard the story of Darth Plagueis the Wise? It was Tam all along. But yeah, outros and all that. Yoi Gawain Lin, also known as Gubby, he, they pronouns. You know who I was tonight. I have nothing to plug because I touch grass, I guess.
What's that
yeah,
feel
that's
like?
me.
Is it like green and like is it what it looks like?
Is it a
It
little
feels
itchy?
of life.
That's weird.
Mm.
I only touch death.
It's
So
that
weird.
stuff I have to walk on to get to my car.
It's that stuff I have to walk on 5 acres around lots 5 times a day.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone. This has been session 10 of Waterdeep Dragon Heist with the Shadow Crew for Community D&D on Arvin Eleron's channel. I, of course, have been Shadowed Mage, the DM and the host for this. I personally, you can find me on my channel. I stream every now and again, usually on Fridays or Saturdays. Mostly been doing Baldur's Gate 3 lately. Other than that, since this is Arv's channel, make sure to check out all of Arv's stuff. You can do !Arv things find most of his stuff. Other than that, there's of course !BLM for Black Lives Matter, !Help Now for mental health and assistance and suicide prevention. Of course, !Ukraine for information about the war with Ukraine. Other than that, we are signing off. Hope you come back to see us again, maybe in a couple weeks. All right, say goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye, everyone.
I'm waving my
Bye.
hands. I'm waving my hands. You can't see it, but I'm waving my hands.
You have to just keep saying it until
Just
we
keep
stop.
saying
my
it.
hand.
I'm
Yeah.
waving my hands.
Wave my hands.
I'm waving my
Jazz hands.
Jazz hands.
Spark.